champions that are going to be trying to charge in.
Alrighty, we're looking at the draft. Let's go through what we got here. That seems about right. Poppy top into Jax. Interesting matchup, but giving Broken Blade a champion where you can actually have impactful ultimates and stuff. I like that. I like that. Yagao Maokai. Bot lane, I love that matchup. Elk Zaya is scary, but it's alright. It's like a Cogmore or something, Cogmore Bro. Caps Jace, we're gonna have to see how he plays. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with the draft so far. I like that they're just playing their pocket picks. You know, they're pulling out all the stops. They're just playing what they are comfortable on. It feels like a very G2 draft. Other than the Jace, I don't know if Caps has played any Jace.
In your boots a little bit. That is a terrifying prospect to be going up against as Broken Blade. Even if you're comfortable in 1v1, all of a sudden there's this assist that can come through from Shun on the Sejuani. That 2v2 is incredibly powerful. There's magic damage. And
let's see. Well, literally nothing is happening.
If you can stay in parity, you can scrap with the Jax, you can win this matchup. But if all of a sudden 3 members are up there top and you're getting Tove and Jax is getting put ahead, it becomes a very different story because BLG will have the advantage of playing through sides.
What? Oh,
because
Denmark.
Even with BLG,
Jace. He's played 4 Jace games, 4.4 KDA.
It didn't amount to anything
Can I
because
click on that and see his games? Is that how that works?
And they couldn't make it happen there.
Or is this like generic Jace
things are
stats?
possible here for G2, as we're seeing some players step off the stage.
Generic
We'll
Jace
give you an
stats,
update
right?
as soon
Yeah,
as we
cool.
do have anything about that.
So this is.
Either way, hopefully going to be
Let's look at all year Jace stats.
Yeah, G2 just obviously, can play through sides, can scrap.
He's played 9 Jace games, 88.9% win rate. Okay, I fucking don't remember him playing Jace at all. What games has he played Jace in?
This is our last
I don't remember this at all.
match before we get to the quarterfinals. We have already.
I mean, I remember like the Zac and stuff he was cooking at the start of the year.
Moving on to the knockout
TF.
stage. We currently
Okay,
have
there we go.
one
Jace 439 against Koi.
from Korea,
Not bad.
3 representatives
Jace
from
2317
China.
against BDS. That's pretty good as well.
To make it to the knockout
Jace
stage.
again against BDS.
We're talking beforehand about how G2
Jace
had one of the most successful runs
against Koi. I just want to see if it's like
probably the most successful run of all time.
incorrectly scaled. Fucking Caps played Malphite.
Want to get back,
Bro, Caps was cooking. Yeah, I want to see if these Jace stats are correct. SK Gaming said that skews it a bit.
People had really high hopes for G2 this year. All the scrim rumors were having them up at the top.
He played. When the fuck did he play Nocturne mid?
I think people really were starting to expect that G2
Caps played Nocturne mid against Mad Lions? That fucking nah, sharp. That doesn't sound right. I don't remember that. I don't see much Jace recently. There's another one. 2-3-15 against XL.
It's the number 2 seed from the LPL that you will have to beat.
And you and I were
Jace
talking about
1-4
this in the
and 2
ride
against
over here
BDS.
earlier today. Everybody's looking at this
Jace
tournament. They're
6-9
looking at
against
JDG. They're looking at
Fnatic. That is a
as
very good
favorites to
game,
be able to
actually.
win the
Okay.
whole thing. And we were
Pretty happy
talking
with
about,
that.
okay, if somebody's going to
what you're telling me?
rock the boat, if somebody's going to change that up, who does it look
Fucking-
like? And 2 of the teams that immediately came into the conversation were some of the other top
What the
LPL
hell is this
competitors.
draft?
BLG being
What?
one of them. When these guys are in the
Caps
zone,
played
they're
Nocturne
firing
mid?
They are a
I don't remember this game at
They
all.
really are, and I mean, we kind of got to see some of those fireworks, and especially
And they
to
fucking
me,
won.
one of the most impressive games of the
What?
entire event was
Fucking
from
hell.
Ben Honest Casante against KT.
Alright, let's see how they do. Alright,
Alright,
Hans forgot to buy items, but he went back and just bought items. I would love to discuss runes and stuff, but I'm not an analyst and I have never played League of Legends. If you guys want to see me play League of Legends, I have a gaming channel, so I'm totally down to get some League of Legends content. I am, well, nothing's happening in this early game, I am genuinely considering doing like my first time playing League of Legends next season, which I think starts in January. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to see it, let me know. We're trading pretty heavy. On burnt one of his pots.
I mean, this is so interesting, right? Clearly G2 are trying to trade really aggressively. They know they have the sustain advantage, but it is longsword 3-pot on the other side, so it's not a massive advantage. Yeah, both AD carries also playing biscuits here. So 2 potions already chugged here by Hans, 1 by Elk. They wanted to try to trade it really aggressively. You know, maybe he was even intentionally not buying to try to walk out on the map and see what the buy was from Elk and then adjust his buy to that. You know, that could be possible, that he wanted to see, okay, what kind of style are you playing for? If you're going to go Cull, maybe I go a less kind of defensive style of build. So maybe that was intentional and I kind of made a miscall on it. But it's going to be interesting to see how the sustain works out and you know, if they're going to be able to survive down in this bot lane 2v2 early on.
Well, it is the early lane control for the side of BLG as Elk and On will get that massive wave crashing into the turret. Hans will pick up as many of these as he can, as Elk will just try to get whatever poke there is to find while this farm is demanded underneath the turret. You can see up in the top side, it's also the push going the way of BLG.
It's such a weird champion how it's like a dog but it like shoots water or something.
Triple
like
lane priority in the first couple levels for BLG.
What's the,
yeah, absolutely. They do have that push in. And that's going to make the job that much harder here for Yike. You know, when you're taking a look at the mini-map, there's already, you know, multiple deep wards here trying to track. There's a ward in the river as well, all trying to track where this Maokai is. Because when you're playing aggressively, when you have push, you are exposing yourself to the enemy jungler.
Here's +1 Scuttle Crab. Everything settles out even. Yike throwing the sapling into the enemy jungle. Now he's going to make his recall, but it still is tempo advantage for Shun because he's back out onto the map as Yike is doing the recall.
Exactly, and you can tell Yike with the first strike, he is going to be solo AP. You know, it is going to be very likely just one hit cog. Yeah, there's a little bit mixed damage, but let's be honest, it's mostly solo AP, so he's very likely going to be Demonic Embrace. We mostly see that into tank mythics.
Ooh,
as Hans, Hans is getting real low.
Meanwhile, top side, Shun coming
trouble.
up. Immediately the flash from Ben to guarantee the land and the counter strike. Broken blade. He's trying to get away, but he gets stunned. The flash is wasted. And Broken Blade falls first blood over to Ben's Jax.
The flash is wasted, and bot side, they've already lost the plate and the 10 CS advantage here for Elk. That is massive. And I'm not sure if BB wanted to actually tackle the minion back up or if he was trying to get a different angle. He was clearly trying to avoid the counter-strike there from the Jax, but that angle, man, he's so far up the lane that it's almost impossible to avoid the gank from that spot. And then flashing with the Sejuani passive stacking up means you're just going to be stunned up afterwards and taken down, so it's pretty rough there for BB.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Hold on, we got a little bit of a scrap between the junglers. CLAPS has to be careful here. Only 300 HP left. Hitting level 6, turning back. Going to Yagao. Nearly kills him, forces out the flash from the BLG mid. Nicely played as Broken Blade rotates down now too. On has made the rotation after
I was thinking he's taking so much damage and then he's like turning around.
Duo. And now Shun stepping forward. Cap still at about 400 HP. They're really, both teams just dancing, trying to see if they can find the angle to push this just a little bit further. They both know that if there's a slight misstep from the other side, you got an opportunity.
And that was beautiful movement from Caps, and Caps at his best is known for that. The sidesteps there took what was looking like a really hard losing fight where Yagao had a massive HP advantage.
You guys know
and
that they're popping down here, right?
That flash, but now Shun and On are behind him. And they are in trouble.
Vicky and Hans got to try to get out of here. Hans going to get stunned up. They don't want to go underneath the turret here. Instead, going to turn the attention over onto Mickey instead. Not much more to find. So both summoner spells from Hans Sama. They're not going to get the kill, but that Kog'Maw is so vulnerable now.
And look at the wave. Shun's just going to walk around, but he was spotted by that river ward. So Yike has to get down here and cover them because this wave is pushing away from G2, so they need to crash it. The problem is, even with Yike here, he's low. You can't win the 3v3. So I don't think you can crash this wave even with your jungler here, and they're disrespecting.
They go for the flash, and it's Hans Sama.
Oh my god, why are they going up?
G2 do not respect the return gank, and they pay the price.
They knew he was there. They saw that he walked around into the brush, and they just didn't think that he had stayed, and now they get punished so heavily. Ben taking a big hit, but does actually proc his demolish and will take a play, but that is devastating for G2
I don't know
because
what
now
Hans and
you crash
Mickey
the wave as BLG down in the bot lane 2v2. You deny another probably, I would say, a wave to half a wave. There is a cannon wave, so it's not going to be nearly as bad. But Hans is going to walk back to lane. The wave is going to be pushing away from him. He's going to have no summoners, and you can just fall down the repeat gank. Even potentially if Yagao can get pushed. He's 6 now on Talia. You can look to visit again. So we can watch this one more time. He uses the tackle to avoid the counter-strike. There was no angle for another minion, so I'm going to say, you know, that was still a good play. But the problem is, you're so far up the lane now that there's no getting out.
I don't understand what they're doing because they know that Shun is there.
That ward spotted them. They knew that Shun was in this area. They knew that he was going to be around here. They saw him walk out of the brush, but they're just saying, he's not going to stay surely this long, right? But then there's no summoners on Hans. Q flash from Shun. It's an easy kill there.
They haven't seen him leave the bush.
Bit of disrespect. I mean, they really wanted to crash the wave because this is in a horrible spot, but bad goes to worse. They didn't have the help to
however he needs to. If his jungler comes back up and he's already got moves
Okay, I don't know whether we're scaling. I mean, Jace late game's pretty good, and Malachi Poppy
does a lot of
tank.
physical damage in these
Seems
early
like,
trades, has to be respected,
from my experience
so
watching
is gonna
LEC,
be effective in that
Hans
regard
plays
as well.
Kog'Maw,
There's
when they
also
play
gonna be
Kog'Maw Braum in the
caps,
bot
you can see
lane,
he's
it's
building
like
lethality,
40
so
minutes
if you're
when he
thinking
just
about who
starts
you're
doing
gonna
his
face
shit
in
on
the side lanes,
bonus. And
later
he
on
gets
it's
his
someone
fourth
doing
item, and
physical
then they're
damage, so you're
behind
gonna get
8k
value out of
gold,
the
and
move
then they
speed, you're
start
gonna
winning
get value
fights
out of that
randomly,
armor here as
because he
well.
gets his fourth
And
item.
G2 starting this up on the top side. BLG
But we're getting
aware of it,
first
though. The
Herald.
question is,
Can we
are
get
they
the
in
Dragon
position
as
to
well? I mean,
challenge?
that
I
would be
would
a
say no.
fantastic.
With the push from
Give over
Broken
2
Blade, he can move
kills and
down.
some
Poppy
plates
has
to
so much
get
value in these
Herald
early
and Dragon,
skirmishes.
that's fine.
So G2 will get an objective here and get themselves onto the
Ugh.
board.
And
They
honestly,
need to fix
they
this
needed
bot
it.
lane. I don't
Everything
know
up until this
when they
point
get
was going
ahead.
BLG's way, so getting some extra gold into their coffers from a nice Herald charge could be what they need to make sure they don't fall too far behind.
Look at Yagao, though, cheating down. Anytime he moves down, they have to be worried about the ulti down towards bot side. They have to be worried about the potential dive, and they're setting up a trap.
Shun comes in, not quite going to find the engage on Yike, and now he turns it around with Twisted Advance. Caps trying to put some DPS into the BLG jungler, but On has made his way up into the fight first. He still might have the Breath of Life if they need it, but he's not going to cast anything too early here.
Nice, they got some good damage down.
Really nice movement. Sidesteps the ult.
Sejuani used ultimate, but
Twisted
so did
advances to
Malachi.
avoid the shove, but they do force the flash off Mickey because he was on the roam and he thought they were going to fully commit to that. So he flashed over the wall, and on top side, it's BB's going to have to let that ulti expire. And unfortunately, not going to be able to get anything from it. But Ben just playing this matchup so aggressively and creating a big CS advantage there. He's just the master of this
bot lane doing
champion.
okay
For
now?
me, has been the
Is it
best Jax in the
stabilized or
world,
like
it feels
what?
like, for a while now. When you think back to
You providing covering fire
they're doing
as
the dragon.
backs away. The whole time, it's Yagao and Shun working together to take the first Drake of the
They're
game.
getting the
Not a
first
super
dragon.
early one. Almost 11 minutes in before we get that first Drake, so it's not going to be a super rapid soul stack.
But I will say, bad
Caps
news
is waiting.
for G2. You know, if you're trying to hope for a bad soul to come up, as Caps.
Did he get the solo kill?
Flashing away again. Caps doing
No,
a good
trade
job
though.
making sure that the BLG mid laner does
Caps
not
is shitting
grab
on
that
Yagao
summoner.
here.
Yeah, really good job.
20
Just
CS
lying in
lead as
wait
well.
there, wants to punish him as he's threatening to
And
go
he's
on the
gonna
bot
get some
side.
plates here,
Camps
right?
in the brush, forces out the flash.
Is he getting plates?
But it
I
is going
can't
to
tell.
be that Chemtech
I feel like you
coming
used
up
to be able to
next,
see on the
which means
minimap
it's not a
the
Chemtech
number of
soul,
plates that have been
which means
taken,
there's
but
really
Oh,
high
yeah, you
potential
can.
here because
I'm
we have
dumb.
Cloud and the Chemtech. So you're getting a primo soul
Yeah, okay,
guaranteed
no one's
this
taking
game.
plates, but
So
surely
now
Caps
I
can
think
get
we're
some
going to see
plates now,
teams
right?
really put more priority on those dragons because whether you get Ocean or Hextech or Infernal, whatever, you're going to be happy. But BLG instantly
just
spot the
running away out
TP,
of
and
this?
they are running for the hills.
On is the target. Caps wants to try to
On
find
has
him.
a
A little more
flash.
damage from long range coming out from Hans Sama's Kog'Maw. Needs one more living artillery. Ain't gonna hit it just yet. On
Oh,
Hans
good
Sama
kill.
dials it in.
Nicely done.
Bro,
Hawks
Caps is
fully
like,
commits that. They
nah,
needed that
I'm a
kill.
push.
They
Yike,
get it
you're
on
getting that
Hans.
Herald.
He is
I'm a
on
push.
point.
Nah, I'm
The
getting
LEC
turret plates. I'm a
sniper
push.
raining down
I'm a
now
TP.
onto
Bot lane,
On,
you're gonna
knocks
get a
him
kill
down.
here.
Will cost him a plate in
Caps
mid
is
and the TP
fucking-
plus both summoners
Caps is
from
on today.
Hans.
Finally, this is
Still,
the Caps that I
they're
wanted to
getting
see.
some momentum. They're
Did he
getting
get the
some
plates?
goal
He
on
got a
this
plate as
Kog'Maw,
well.
and
He
that's
fucking got a plate as well.
absolutely
Holy
something that they
shit.
needed from this position.
Caps.
You can see those
Claps showed up today. Oh, you got two plates, but it's alright, because we're scaling, right?
They didn't even waste time from
Oh,
the very
Caps is in
start of
trouble.
the play.
Oh, look out, Caps.
Just
Oh.
immediately jumped on by Shun. Walks behind the W2, but it will not matter. Yagao
Oh.
puts him in the dirt
Damn it.
underneath the rocks. BLG, kill number 3.
And
Damn
that
it.
actually really hurts because you TP bot to help get your bot lane ahead. You lose all of the waves to do that. Then you walk back, you immediately die. So now potentially losing a third plate. Plus, I would say he lost between 3 and 4 waves doing this in this whole sequence of events. So now we're going to see Yagao, and BLG reacted quick.
All right, let's get this
Instant heal for the
replay.
move speed. Elk is pushing into Caps, trying to create space
Good
because
shot
he
from
knows that
Caps.
On is the one that's vulnerable. He has his ulti to disengage. He's going to be fine. He gets a root down on the Caps, but Hans flashes forward,
Hans
pops the
got a kill.
ghost,
Nice.
nails multiple ults in a row, and this is just beautifully done here by BLG. Caps moving to the side to
Why is he
get that
running
vision
forward?
down. You stack the passive, you land that stun first. It guarantees
Does he think
the
he
ulti
can
to
kill him if
follow.
Om's not there?
And the
I don't think
fling
he can
there
kill
as
him.
well, and now
Oh,
not
they're
even
not
gonna
even
get the
gonna
charge
get the
maybe.
fucking...
Yeah, the Herald is destroyed before it can attack the turret. Yike and Caps both at half HP. Yagao and On singing a similar song as Broken Blade makes his way into the bottom lane with the Unleashed TP. Elk fighting it off using the ulti and the
comes Ben,
flash
though.
to
They
get
don't see
himself
him.
out. Ben is coming around from the
Oh,
side.
no.
He's going to go after Hans. The Jax has arrived. The counter
Oh,
strike
no.
is down. And
Yeah.
Hans Sama's out of there.
He wants
Broken
more.
Blade might be number 2. He's waiting on the Steadfast Presence to fade. Ben's going in. Flash into the empowered auto attack. He's going to be stunned up into the wall. But it will not matter. Double kill for
Nice
the
try,
Jax
BB,
Copter. He's got to try to get
Get
away
that kill,
now.
Caps, get
The
that kill.
Jax is gonna try to take him down. Shun's in the middle of 3. already on their side.
Can't get anything.
And it's 2 more kills.
Oh, okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. We're fighting.
Around the map, giving out some
I mean, they've only got 1 dragon so far, so it's like a very slow soul. So Hansona can probably get a couple items under his belt here. He hasn't finished even 1 yet, though, has he?
Can make any sort of a stand against
as far as I
BLG
can tell.
here for this second Drake. You already mentioned the fact that these are the 2 usually least desired souls.
Yeah.
So if BLG can go off to a 2-0 Drake lead, they're going to feel really good about it. And it looks like G2 are saying, you know what? Gold deficit's too big. It's a fight in open ground. Too risky.
And look at the topside summoners. You know, there's no flashes on the top side for G2 whatsoever. I think it's pretty scary. You know, CLAPS could potentially be taken advantage of there. Yes, there's missing summoners on the other side as well, but I think inherently BLG in a better spot. They had the inside track.
But
so
no towers have been taken.
Infernal Soul here. So opens up that map a little bit more, which honestly I think does tend to favor BLG when you're playing a composition.
So they're probably pretty happy to fight
angles,
now.
having the reduced architecture, less walls on the map, more angles of attack. And less walls that Poppy can send you into always is going to feel really, really good. So now moving in towards that bottom side, taking the dragon, you can see On was there to support Shun on that bot side. Yagao pushing it up. They are really playing it out smart. And Bin not overstepping on the top side because he knows he's on the weak side of the map. So you push in bot, you guarantee the tower there, you take away the jungle camp, you push up mid, sure you lose the tower on top side, but they're getting that little bit extra. And that is one of the signs of these great macro teams, these teams that know how to play the map, know how to press an advantage. You know, even when you try to make something happen across the map, you're losing out that little bit more.
17 minutes into the game, it's a 3,000 gold lead with +2 Drakes
I mean,
for
bot lane's
BLG
pretty
on an
alright.
Infernal
It's
Soul
only
map.
Bin that's
They're
like
sitting in a great spot to push this one even further.
So if you pop the ult Bin out of the fight, it's a pretty even right now.
What is the play
and I feel like Jace, Kog'Maw, Maokai Ultimate, like you can have
I think the play is just all eggs in the Hans basket. It's what they've kind of already been doing. You know, you can see that they know they need to get Hans in a good position. Your side lane can be losing, but if you can get Hans in a good enough position and everyone just collapses around him, peels off these melee champions, you give that Kog'Maw time to stand in fire with the Braum passive stacking, he can win you a team fight. He can make some magic up on top of this Kog'Maw. Even if you have the peel there, as they're going to look for a pick here on Yike.
Oh, they lined up the Weaver's wall to just barely reach the part of the terrain, so Yike had to flash over. He keeps himself alive. Broken Blade, nicely timed on the ulti there to knock Yagao away, so he can use the
get the fuck out of here. This is my tower. I'm taking it.
Oh, ready to bring it down, but it's
Yike sat in that bush for quite a while.
That ends up getting the kill.
CLAPS drops the hammer there on, who tried to check the brush with his Q.
CLAPS got another kill under his belt.
CLAPS was recalling there and liked his chances.
How is CLAPS 0-1 and 2?
Plus gets both summoners off of On, which is
who got that kill?
Nice. It's
Did
those
Yike
kind
get
of
that kill
plays
with
that
a
you're going to have to
sapling?
get. And you can see that G2 really focusing on topside vision. Look at the wards that they're kind of littering around this topside, around the Baron. There are, of course, some BLG wards for potential flank angles
has a gold
too.
lead.
But G2 really putting
I
emphasis
personally
on this.
think
I think
Jace
because they have
outscales
Cog, they
Talia.
know they can shred Baron,
Maokai
and they're expecting
outscales
BLG to play
especially
towards
that
bot
Maokai
side on this
ultimate,
next dragon.
that big
and
thing,
that leads them to believe, hey, maybe
as
we
opposed
can
to
actually
just
make
a
some sort of a Baron rush play, or
you know?
get a turn and a pick if we can control
Bot lane
vision.
is behind, but it's pretty even. Like
Controlling
it's
vision, they're trying to do that.
just
We'll see if they can go forward from here.
Big
which
moment
they should
coming up,
understand. I mean,
5
he's got a
seconds left
shutdown.
until the third Drake of the game spawns.
Like if Hans got the shutdown on Bin,
big stuff.
game stays
G2,
completely
you can see they're
even.
already gathering their
Like,
players
they
here on the
win that
bot
team
side.
fight.
We're gonna try to stop it. They're rushing the Drake on spawn.
Yeah, they got it. I mean, Elk was on a recall. Yagao was topside. Bin base. Maybe BLG try to go for a fight afterwards, but there's no shot you're actually going to be able to get that dragon.
Seismic shove onto Mickey. Shun's going to be knocked away. Stays alive for now. Mickey needs to retreat here too. With Shun taking that much damage,
we got an
BLG don't want to push this any further.
Infernal Dragon, that's super helpful.
Really nicely done by G2. You can see BLG really was prioritizing item completions. 2 items there, 2 items there. They wanted to go back to base. They wanted to spend their gold. But the timing was such that they gave that a window of opportunity for G-Vision in this area.
And now, yeah, G2 has another 5 minutes to scale. Like, it's literally 9 minutes until BLG could get Infernal Soul. 9 minutes until Infernal Soul fight. CLAPS is pulling ahead. Yike's pulling ahead. Broken Blade's not going to be able to do much this game. But, yeah, it's like the level leads. Like, levels are pretty much even. Like, gold's pretty much even across the board here. But then Yike is a level up. on Jun. Broken Blade's a level down on Bin. So these are the big matchups that matter. Can Maokai Poppy outperform Jack Sejuani? We'll have to see.
In some trouble. They're TPing in. They want to commit.
Yeah, they really want to go after this. Bin recognizes it, tries to flash away. Now Elk's ready to fire back. Goes for the lane call, but he ain't going to find anything yet.
Good attempt, good attempt, good
Mickey
attempt.
tries to step it out.
Oh,
Elk's
okay.
got 300 HP remaining, is on, wants to block that nature's grasp. BLG
Good
disengage
stun.
it. Caps and Mickey both very
They
low.
use Poppy and
Elk
Maokai
about
ult,
half HP.
and
Bin also
BLG
down to
used
critical health.
every
Needs to do a
ultimate
recall.
except Jack's
Bin's
ult.
got the unleashed TP still
And
ready
Bin
to go.
has to reset.
Caps has one of his own if he needs to take a recall
Are we getting
too.
anything off of this? Are we going for the Baron?
G2 really wanted to commit
What
to
are
that
we
play.
doing?
They commit the TP, the flash as well from Caps. They can't get a kill, but they do at least get the flash off of Bin. They get the ulti off of L.
God, that
But the question
Milia
is
so
that
annoying.
enough? And I'm not sure because there's a lot of summoners spent. Mickey flash, Caps flash, Hans as well with that ghost, and now
they're
they're
just
saying,
sending it on the
you
Baron?
spent too much. We're going to make
But
you
they don't
pay
have
this
Yagao
right here,
ult,
right
Elk ult,
now.
on ult,
Caps is TPing
Jun
back.
ult.
Mickey
They
is
have no
very
ult.
far away, and Bin is threatening this flank.
Caps with a little bit of poke only onto Yagao. Cozy Campfire is really good in these situations. The AoE heal
They
over
got
time
Caps's-
keeps
so-
these health bars topped off against some of that poke.
We
G2
lost
trying to approach,
TP on
make
Broken
sure that
Blade.
BLG don't just get uncontested control over the river. Shun coming into the mid lane.
Ooh,
Caps going to
okay.
be caught out.
Run,
Shun's
Caps,
still
run, run,
looking
run,
for
run,
him.
run.
Caps at 25%. Remember, he already used his unleashed TP to get back
Nice
to right
move,
now.
BB.
So if he recalls, he has
Yeah,
to
Broken
walk
Blade has no
back.
TP,
Good job
Caps
from
has no
G2
TP
though.
or
They
Flash,
closed
Hans has
ranks
no
around
cleanse, Mickey
Caps.
has
He
no
was
flash.
missing his flash, so he needed everyone
All
else
of their
to step
ultimates are
up
coming back up and they're
and be
using
able
none of
to
their
keep
summon
him safe in
themselves.
that position. If he dies there, it is absolutely devastating. It's likely going to be a Baron start for their opponents. So good job by G2 getting themselves out of that situation. The battle rages on though for Vision of this top side. You know, it was just about 2 or 3 minutes ago. I highlighted
okay.
there
What are the gold
was a
leads?
huge amount of
Elk
work
must
from
have gold
G2.
lead, yeah.
Then BLG come
Little
in,
bit.
clear everything out. Now G2 again takes control off the resets. They're reestablishing vision control. It's going to be so much about this. And BLG, right off the reset, back towards that topside river. There is clearly so much emphasis on this, and
Yeah,
there will
bot
continue
lane's
to be throughout
600,
this
so
game
bot lane's a
because
little
they
bit
know
ahead now.
both teams
Yikes,
really
still
can threaten
ahead.
a very,
Bin's
very
way
quick
the hell
Baron.
ahead.
And man, I got
And
my
Caps
eyes
is
on
doing
Elk.
all
We've
right.
been talking a lot about Hans because the Kog'Maw's the main character.
Elk
of
having a
G2's
shutdown
squad.
is interesting,
But
though, 'cause
Elk
I feel
on
like
Desire, this is a
he's only a
champion
little bit
that when
ahead in
played to
gold.
its maximum can absolutely carve up a team fight. And Elk's the kind of player.
Then with the knife, he's looking to do some carving.
Oh,
Let's see
2v1
if
on
Caps
Caps.
can get away from this one. Yagao brings in
Not
the
good,
Weaver's
not
Wall
good,
to
not
back
good.
up Bin. Guarantee that this is not a fair fight. Bin's on a rampage. Caps is in a coffin. What can G2 get back? Anything?
That's unlucky. They had to use this
I
leader
don't know.
wall,
I mean,
though.
you get mid push, but that's going to be about it. Because if you overcommit, you're going to get double TP'd on. Both the TPs are up for BLG, so you can't really push too far here as G2. It would be a bridge too far. So Bin TP's out towards mid. Yagao just
They're
continues
just gonna
pushing
TP
towards
for
bot.
Baron?
Broken Blade's looking to answer, but you can see on the minimap,
Yeah,
there's
they're
kind of this little
TPing for
skirmish, and
Baron.
now he's just going to TP up towards topside. They're going to force the Baron
Everybody's
right here, right
TPing for
now.
this.
BLG's
Caps
ready
is
to
not
go.
back for 20
Caps is
seconds
still
and he
dead
doesn't
for
have
another
TP.
15 seconds, and he doesn't have
Oh,
TP
that's
when he
not good.
respawns. Yagao's got to make sure he gets back to safety, flashing out of the way of the
Oh.
glacial fissure. Baron's still going to be burned down. Yike, looking for an entryway into the pit. They're
Can you get
not
him,
wanting to
Yak?
burn
Can
it
you get
down
him?
too low just yet. It's going to be slayed by
Oh.
Elk on the Zaya.
Almost,
Front line,
almost. Can we
tanked
get a
up by
kill?
Bin, but he goes gold,
Can we
keeping
get some
himself
kills
alive.
here?
Yike's going to die first.
Oh,
Blade Collar
no.
locks down Mickey. It's 2 kills and Baron over to the side of
Get out, baby,
BLG
get out,
and
get
a
out, get
double
out.
kill for Yagao.
It's the LPL forcing fights around missing cooldowns, missing summoners. This is their bread and butter. They kill Caps on side lane because he had
And
no
they get
flash. They
Inferno.
start Baron because
Yeah,
he
they
had
probably
no
won
TP.
now. But,
They
I mean, it
know
was
they
a
can
good
make it
game.
They
We
know
put up a
they
good
can
fight
find
there.
the end. They're going to try to make a play on a
Alright,
bin,
we're gonna
but
try and do
he's too
something
far
really
back.
fun.
Yagao is covering him. Shun is covering him. And it's going to be
Um,
really tough for G2.
Once Jax
Yeah, you
has
can't
the
get anything
Zhonya's
done here.
Hourglass, it is so obnoxious to try to kill him. Cleaver has ability haste, Sunderer has ability haste, Hourglass has ability haste. Mickey's trying to go in and make something happen here in the mid lane. Shun is back over the wall. They got to be careful. Yagao firing off the Weaver's wall, but nobody's
Yeah,
going to
they're
be
gonna
caught.
get it in
Elk
right now.
stepping up, auto attacks into the turret. Broken Blade trying to use the Keeper's Verdict, but just lets it run out instead.
But again, they're buying time for Bin, right? They throw out these ultis, they throw out these cooldowns, they draw people here, and then Bin takes the turret
Oh
top.
my God.
And as you say, once you have the Zonians,
Bin
when it
Devours
comes time
and
to a
turrets
team
is
fight, you jump on
crazy.
Hans, you press Counter-Strike. As Counter-Strike
This is
expires,
Hans's,
you
like,
go to the Zonians,
bread and
you
butter,
come
though,
out,
being,
you Counter-Strike
like,
again, and
almost
Hans
10K
cannot
down
walk
on
past you to
Kog'Maw.
fight. He has to respect
Kog'Maw
that early
Grom, this is when,
die. But it means
this
that
is when he
he's
would
not gonna
usually
be able to
carry.
effectively deal damage, and that is the problem that G2 have. They're looking for an
Let's see,
Yagao.
let's see.
Yike wants it. Nature's Grasp goes in. They get the Keeper's Verdict for the ejection as Mickey is in the front line. line, trying to get himself away. The feathers fly. Elk's only got 10 HP left. He's got to get back into the fight
he almost
now.
killed Elk and Yagao
BLG
there.
have been held at bay. G2 will hold the line.
Did they get the
was able to
inhibitor?
take down Elk there out of that ultimate from the Zaya.
I'm saying, I
Arma
literally just
shot
called it,
one of
like,
those
this is Hans'
ultis out,
perfect
almost
position
clipped him.
here.
Elk had to flash, so they do get the
I mean, he's
summoners, they do
down
get
on
the hook.
items, right?
They hold the line here. They've lost a lot
Down
of
on
turrets,
items,
though. A lot of
down a
gold.
level.
And it's going to mean this next fight here is that much
Oh my
more
God, I'm never gonna
difficult.
find out.
As it will be Infernal Soul on the line.
down
But
a
I like
level
the
or what?
engage here from G2. Maokai LT comes out. They look for the engage.
Yeah,
The
he's
breath
down
of
a
life
level,
is there
down
to
on
disengage
items,
it, but it's a great
way
ejection
down
from
on
Broken Blade.
down.
And you can see as Elk steps forward, he gets
so-
stunned up by the Braum passive with Cog hitting him.
You know,
He
I don't
does
know,
force
like,
out
Kog'Maw
summoners,
could be a
though,
late
from
game carry
the
here.
Kog'Maw on the
Kog'Maw
other
could get
side.
some stuff done.
And
Like,
that
they're
may
almost
be
getting
even
some kills
more
here.
devastating as
Give him another
Jax
item or
has
two, and
flash.
those kills are all
Shun
finished off,
has
right?
flash. They are going to be
Maybe
targeting
fight this
Hans.
Infernal,
So another
steal
big
the
problem
soul,
here. Once again,
have a little, like, robbery,
the
you know?
timers are lining up
Caps,
for BLG.
Caps and Hans
They
Summoner
have
carry
a
angle.
Now he has an angle here.
Yagao looking for a Weaver's Wall, fires it off, separates
Okay.
Yike from the rest of the team. Seismic shove, ain't gonna find a mark just yet. Nature's Grasp flies out, Shun trying to block it from the rest of the team. Broken Blade
Okay.
here in the front line. Not a whole lot coming out of that
Are
one.
we fighting?
No, not
We
gonna
got
be able to
Maokai
get
ult
much.
down
They
and we
do
didn't
get
get
the
anything
ulti
from
off
that.
of
I mean, the
Shun
Poppy
and
ult could be
Yagao, so
big here.
relatively even trade.
Poppy ult in,
G2
and
clearly have drawn
maybe
the
we can
line
win.
in the sand. They're going to fight here. They're going to fight now.
They
It'll
wanna
be
go
all about
for it.
Get some good
Hans.
poke down.
Elk is onto the Drake. He's going to start DPSing. The rest of the team's just keeping everybody away. Shun is close enough to smite, but that's it. Broken Blade goes for the
Nice.
Keeper's Ban is going to be taken out by
Okay.
Infernal Soul. Goes over to BLG. Shun here in
Okay.
the front line as Mickey's
Okay.
taken
Can we
down
get
to
some
10
kills?
HP.
Can we get some
Elk to find
kills?
the kill on that one as Ben re-enters the fight in the back line, grabbing the kill on Hans. Broken
No.
Blade trapped in the pit, has to flash out to try to get away, but it's already 3 dead bodies in
Caps and
G2
Broken Blade are
jerseys.
two
BLG
players really
just
playing
won the
well this game. Make it out.
Ben found the angle with the
But,
TP, gets
yeah.
in onto Hans, takes him down, no problem. They get the Infernal Soul.
Okay,
They're gonna head up
that's-
towards that Baron.
that's
They don't
alright.
feel that
They
can
played a
close
good
it out
game. They
just
played a good
here
game here.
right now. It's coming.
Alright.
I don't think Yike
Let's see
knew,
what's going
but
on.
he is now spotted. Mickey's going to be walking up as well, and Hans is here too. So BLG are going to have to give it up because the extra man does come. So G2, clearly they wanted to get that vision down. They want to be able to set up these aggressive moves. They will be able to take away the blue buff. So it's going to
Let
be a
me
3
just
buff
refresh
very likely.
this, and let's look
You
at
can see
the
Broken
draw.
Blade even already proxy farming here between the two towers because he knows that Maokai.
So Broken Blade chose the Olaf. I like that. I like that. Nocturne for Yike. Nico into okay. I mean, if Caps does well on the Nico, that's great. Kaiser Lissandra for Mickey. Okay. It's a very G2 draft, so let's see how they go.
At their glory days, at their peak, this was a team that was aggressive. They were constantly making movements as a team all the time, playing stuff like mid lane Pyke, whose job is just to roam around and set things up. They were a war machine that
Mid
were
lane
in
Pyke
your
was that
face
good shit, yeah.
24/7.
Their style because when
I
they're
like
really
their
feeling it,
picks
when they're
here.
in that
I
moment,
like the
they can
first
take
game, the
over
Kog'Maw
game.
Braum.
But BLG coming off
And
of a really
I like that they
dominant game
played
number
Lucian
one. So I think
previously.
even just for confidence sake,
I like that they're playing
G2
Lissandra now.
really need to get a win here. You know, really need to get a good start to be able to propel them forward.
Oh, Shun coming in,
Oh.
but it didn't work
Jun,
out.
what are you doing?
He W'd the minion. He flash twisted
Jun
advanced the
wasted
minion.
flash there.
And that, I don't know if it would have been a kill, but at the very least it would have been a
Something.
summoner force. It would have been something. I think it might have been a kill, honestly, because you have the Recon W then guaranteed after. So definitely a misstep there from Shun.
Big misplay from
Mickey.
Shun, but now Mickey stepping up, has enough
Okay.
mana to take the claw to get himself back away. Hans still in retreat as Elk continues trading.
Okay, good
Caps with
cancel on
control
the
over the mid
recalls.
lane, shoving another wave into the tier 1 turret as Yike's coming around. Yagao is low on mana. They might just try to go for the full-on dive here. Cap's going to be taking the damage from the turret first. Yagao trying to get away, the to the skies, trying to keep him alive, but it's Yike with the first blood for G2.
Okay.
Nicely done by
That was-
G2.
what the
Yagao
fuck did
it
Caps
as
just
well
do?
as he could from that position, delaying.
What the
But
fuck did
G2
Caps just
juggled the
do?
turret Yagao
That's crazy.
expertly.
Give us the
Had him
replay. That
jump
looked
down in with
crazy.
some momentum to keep
Where's
that
that
attitude
replay?
where it needs to be.
Where's that replay?
7, a little too much.
All right, here we go.
That's a goal lead
So
already.
Caps goes
After
in,
this one, let's take another look at how Caps
turns
played
into
and
a
started
cannon
off.
minion,
Yeah, he goes into
and
the
he's just
cannon minion on
tanking
the
the
ship
tower
there.
for Yike.
And it's just tanking it up in cannon minion form. I'm gonna be
Dude,
honest, I don't
what
know
the
exactly
hell?
how that interaction works, but it seems
That's
as
a
though
crazy
he
play.
was more tanky as the
That's
cannon
crazy.
minion almost than he should have
Cannon
been.
minion power.
Like, That was interesting, but actually just shifting into it, I know there's some tricks that there was video circulating around about some of the crazy stuff you can do, you know, with that Nico passive.
You can see Shun a little
Nocturne's
bit
almost got his
level of
ultimate up.
EXP. He'll clear out this ward down here.
Is Shun doing the
First
dragon?
Drake of the game this time around is the Hex Drake, which he's great for stats on his own, but unfortunately it means he will not be the soul.
Exactly. If you're looking towards those best souls, that's the one you definitely want. G2 aware that they are starting it up, and Yike crossing down towards bot side to push them off.
Does Yike get 6 on that way?
Was up on top side. They have the push through
Yep,
mid.
Yike got 6 on that way.
Bot, but it is CLAPS moving down. They
Yike has Yike and Broken Blade. Wait, Broken Blade's only on 6. How the fuck did Bin get to level 7?
Now hits 6. So
the hell's going on?
Has that ulti available. And where will he go? You know, you do have Broken Blade with the ulti and Bin with none, so I think there is potential if you can get him chunked down to look for a play there. But that's what Shun is reading. Shun is heading out straight up towards top side and wants to be around to cover.
Oh, Mickey goes in, looks for the lockdown, on having to back off now with only 200 HP remaining, but Hans also critically low, and Elk's ulti means that G2's not going to go any further, but hey,
are we just going to get the Herald here in 10 seconds?
For the ulti from Elk, we'll see if they can take advantage of that before the ulti comes back up for this area, but it doesn't look like it.
Yep, exactly, and Shun feeling now that Bin is safe.
Okay, we're sending it on Elk. We're sending it on Elk.
Never mind, they are going to go in. Elk is under pressure, and G2
okay.
G2 and 0, starting
okay,
off
Nikki.
huge in this one. Goes pop. Broken Blade's going to look for the all-in potentially here. Bin's trying to delay for his ulti.
Bin is level 8, Broken Blade is level 6.
Yeah.
That is quite a power disparity.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a massive
Broken Blade's doing the all-in.
The Ghost being popped. He clearly
Yike's
won
getting the Herald. Are we getting this? Are we getting this?
Sidestep.
Yes.
Bin delays until his ulti's up. So
okay, 2 kills, first Herald.
Besides that missing summoner.
Keep playing it, just keep playing it slow.
Top side, it's a pretty massive top gap. You know, it's already
Dude,
that
Bin
big
is
lead
up
that
40
for
CS
but
and
the
a
2 kills
level.
for G2, the Herald's
How the
grabbed
fuck
as
did that
well
happen? What's the
does
gold
mean
lead?
that they have an opportunity here to not only get a kill with the first ulti, but then potentially get a ton of plates.
Bin's
if you can
almost
get a
up
kill on this
1,000
only, drop
gold.
the Herald, really farm
How's that
some
happen?
plates there. You can maybe blow open.
He hasn't even gotten any plates
Having
either.
a kill on the Kaisa feels so good.
What the hell happened?
Because remember, with this
Broken
massive
Blade
dive
needs to
comp,
just,
they need to have the damage for
get some
that
more
go
CS?
button to
I
be a
guess,
death button. And Kaisa's a big
I don't
part
know,
of
that's
it.
unfortunate.
Also really fun just seeing how these Nikos play around with the clone. You could see CLAPS there. Use
Wait
the
for
W
the
and
Kaisa
micro his
ultimate
clone
and then go
forward
for
in
the
front of
dragon, I reckon.
Yagao to block the shock blast that was
I
going
think
to
they're
be
going
used
for the
the last
dragon.
game. It's just these little things that you can
What is
do
Rakan doing?
to kind of harass your opponent.
He's not on the
deny
dragon,
them
but he's just
CS.
sitting around
You
the
guys
pit.
have to play so far back because
They're
he has no
recalling,
flash.
okay.
That is why he is so scared to walk up, because he has no vision on top side. You know, if you're looking at the map, no wards in this whole area, and he knows that Nocturne could be ulting in, right? So he has to play so far back, so respectfully, and it's allowing CLAPS to create these incremental advantages that are becoming big ones. He's only able to far from max range.
There they are.
Oh, good play. Good play. Good play.
It's a 3-0 game for
This
G2.
is the G2 that I wanted to see.
Just barely
CLAPS is going to get some plates, is he?
G2, picture
CLAPS getting
perfect
plates
with
here.
the
Yeah.
timing on that one. They get in on Yagao,
Yeah,
who's
milk
playing
the tower,
so
milk the
respectful,
tower.
so
Bin's
defensive.
2 levels
But
up.
Bin going
Bin's going to
aggressive.
solo kill
In
Broken
level
Blade.
9 to the level 7 of Broken Blade. A commanding lead in the top lane
CLAPS
for
got
BLG.
2 plates.
The game
Can he
itself
get a third
is
plate?
in
He can't.
G2's hands. CLAPS crashing a massive wave into the mid lane tier 1 turret. They're up 1,500 gold.
Oh,
A TP's coming in.
Renekton's
BLG
TPing for
wants
it.
to make a fight now as the Drake is going to be taken low. Shun comes up. The Drake is
Okay.
claimed by
Yike is
Yike,
dead.
but it's going to be a kill and a shutdown. Back over to Bin's Renekton.
Okay.
Honestly, not too bad. The fact that you're going to be able to just lose the 1 kill and be able to get that dragon, plus you're buying time for Broken Blade, who is really falling behind in this matchup, to crash a wave, to farm some plates, is going to be pretty big for him to stay relevant in this. G2 doing a great job, really off
They're waiting
on
for
the
Herald.
right foot here in game number 2.
Okay, we got
As
first
they've been
dragon, first
punching Yagao.
Herald,
I mean, he has
bunch
been
of tower
playing
plates on
respectfully. He's been
CLAPS.
playing so far back, but that early dive was
Broken
expertly
Blade's level
executed,
8
then forcing
now.
just
Let's
before
see
he
the
had
gold
flash was great
leads.
as well. Again, it's all about the flash timer. He had
Still
it in
1,000.
almost, you know, it was under
But
5
CLAPS
seconds,
and
maybe
Yike
10
are carrying,
seconds
and
after he died, so really
Hansel
good
and
timing
Vicky
on
are doing
that.
pretty well
But
so
then
far.
BLG say, hey, we can
Very
punish
well,
here.
300
They
gold
go with the
lead.
Maokai
We're down any
ulti to
ganks or
try to
anything.
set this up
2v2,
as Bin
right?
arrives over the wall.
At the
Yes, they
moment,
do
right?
get the shutdown. It goes on a Bin, which is great, but just a little bit
And
too
Yike has 2
late
kills
to
on
try to
Yagao,
get
right?
that
Yeah.
denial of the dragon.
Seems like for BLG, there is a lot of weight on Bin's shoulders. in this game.
He's still allowed to
so
the helicopter thing? I
much
thought
of
you weren't
this
allowed
game
to.
being even as close as it is on his advantages up there in the top lane. So we're going to need to see a lot of presence from this Renekton
Caps
as we move
gold
forward. Even though Broken Blade was able to get some extra farm, get himself that turret plate up there in topside during the TP and go into the bot side river dragon fight from Bin, he's
yeah,
still
this is alright. I mean,
30
knocked in 1,000 up is
really,
good.
really rough up
And
there.
a level up.
Olaf
Caps
from
1,000 up,
behind is
level
just
up.
not that good. It's just not that threatening. And you can see, again, Caps playing this minigame where he constantly pops out his W there, and he puts it in between Yagao and the minions to deny farming with that Shock Blast, because Yagao is frightened, as he should be. He knows that, look at the itemization. I mean, he's got Merc Treads, a tier and a longsword to a fully completed Rocket Belt. It's not close. Yike also has a Stride Breaker and has ulti up.
All right, Elk's going in here in the bottom lane. Mickey goes over the wall there with the claw, trying to stop this play from happening. Yagao from downtown. Mickey trying to get himself away as Yagao is locked up.
Oh, good kill, good kill, good kill.
Odds in trouble.
Caps.
Brought Caps into the mix. He gets a root. He gets the extra damage from the blooming blows. Caps, Hans, Mickey, and Yike all trying to get away. Now they got what they came for. 4-1 game. G2.
It's blinking health bars there for G2, but they get out, and again, Bin is making the roam, but he hasn't. Okay, now he's spotted. Now they know they got to get out of there, because Bin knows the map is really falling apart for his team. He's the only strong one, so he's trying to get out there and trying to make a difference, but it's giving up free plates and farm again to Broken Blade, who really needs that time. So the fact that G2 are winning so heavily on the other side of the map is really kind of erasing this
is Broken Blade back up even
Bin
now?
did create, because he feels, you know what? We don't win this game if I just sit and farm. My team is bleeding out. I am the strong member. I need to be there and be ready to fight.
And he's also not on something like Jax. He's on Renekton. It's not like as the game goes forward, the clock favors him. Yagao steps up there, hurts Broken Blade a little, but doesn't want to chase
almost got the first tower there.
The turret. Knows how deceptive and difficult
let's see.
in those fair fights.
Broken Blade's back.
It's a 2,500 gold lead for G2.
1,000 gold, 1,000 gold.
This is such a different game state from game number one.
That's good.
And it's because G2 is
check.
just playing this really aggressive style.
Broken Blade uses cleanse.
Like the Olaf top, like the
Yagao got no songs, Elk no flash.
And trusting him to have
Mickey no
this
flash,
3-1
Hans no
start
cleanse.
that has really enabled them to build this lead.
It's pretty alright.
Stepping up, he snapshot.
Look at that gold lead. That's beautiful. Look at that.
Look at that. And jungle.
That is
and
a
that gold lead
beautiful
in top
right
is really going away, because Bin is spending all his time roaming.
He's been canceling.
And Broken Blade is laning 1v0 farming.
He was the one that was 1,500 up.
Alright, with
it's a
TPing
very different game state, as Bin has to flash away from the root to guarantee that Caps wouldn't be able to grab him. Yike was hovering. Now Mickey trying to get away as the Nature's Grasp comes out on, wanting to reach him here with the quickness. Ain't quite gonna get there. Mickey wants to buy an extra moment here with the ulti, but Elk's got the damage.
Clean from on, perfect CC chain.
Fair
because
enough.
with just the knockup,
they get the Herald?
it's still going to have enough time to actually take that
They get the
Herald
Herald, we get the Dragon,
so
right?
the knockup
Yeah,
and perfectly
check that
chain that
Dragon.
into the Charm. So there's no ability for Mickey to reactivate, and
Milk
also if
the
you
tower,
overlap
Caps, milk
it,
that
you're still
tower.
going to be able to activate at the end. So
Yike's gonna
really
take the
good stuff
blue
there
and
from
then
on,
the,
gets a kill onto
Dragon,
Elk.
right?
And you can see, though, Caps pushing on this bottom side. Nico has really good turret damage. With that passive third auto, you're able to blast through those towers. So Yike takes the bot lane blue buff. He's in position to assist Caps if Bin were to go aggressive. That's why
Alright, they take Herald, that's fine. Are we going to get first tower? I mean, there's like,
on the
now I can't see
the
plates, but
and
all
just
the
look at
towers
vision control
are
down on
very
the spot
weak.
side. They kind of have this big circle of control.
Yeah,
that is
Broken Blade
going
gets
to
first tower,
keep
surely.
Caps safe, going to keep him pushing up and
Just walk up,
extending that
just
advantage.
walk up and hit it.
Yagao trying to keep this tier 1 tournament alive. Should be able to make it last for this wave. But as for the next one, Broken Blade may just be able
top
to
mid and
force
bot
the issue.
are
Caps
getting
and Yike
weakened.
working together in the way that they are has been a huge part of
Mountain
this
Soul,
game
that's pretty
for
good.
G2.
That's pretty good.
Just
That's pretty good.
Putting 40 early. And
Alright, LF's gonna get top tower, right? So let's check that
He
call.
knew that he needed to play the map. He knows that he needs to really be a part of these fights if they're to win them. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get involved and if BLG can challenge
with
these
that
next couple dragons.
first tower
Still
gold.
2,500 gold
Broken
lead
Blade
side
should be
of
up.
G2.
It's
Back
not
at
really
14 minutes, we saw that the
So yeah,
turret
Broken
play
Blade's
comparison
ahead
was
of Bin
8 to 2,
slightly.
a little bit over a plus
1,000 in
1,000
jungle,
gold
1,000
for
in
G2 compared to what BLG earned
mid
from that.
and
They also just
bot
played the
is
first
just
turret of
pretty
the game.
even.
So tons of their money, tons
But
of
they
this
got
lead
2
coming not
dragons.
just from the
They
kills
just
that
need to get
have
this
with the fortune
third
advantage,
dragon,
but from
and
the extra
they're in a
pressure
really
they've
good
got in
spot.
the lanes from these plays, from the extra plates they were able to farm up. G2 now sending Caps
Yeah,
back
I'm
to
liking-
base. He'll
I'm
do his
liking
next
everything
shot.
I'm saying.
You can see win
Caps is
probability
still a
powered
level
by
up.
AWS on your screen
Yike
right
is
now.
still a level
That
up.
blue
Hans
line
is now a level
going
up.
very, very high.
And Broken Blade
That
is
is
a
a
level
good
down.
thing if you
That's
are
the
an
only
LEC
problem.
fan, if you
Broken
are a
Blade needs a bit
G2
more
fan,
XP,
the
but like
last hope here
jungle,
for
mid,
Europe
and
at
bot are level up.
Worlds.
so
trying to make
like,
it happen.
it's good stuff. We're gonna hit level 16 first.
Kind of do the improbable. You know, they
Get
have
those
been on this rough
first, get
run,
those
but there was
level
really high
spikes
expectations
first.
for them coming in, and they want to prove that they can take down these top teams, that they do believe.
Nico, you gotta count them. Shun
Going for
fires out the
mid
Nature's
tower.
Grasp. Caps trying to stop these guys. Twisted advance. Back onto Mickey. They charm him up. They want to blow him up, but they can't find him here just yet. The ulti keeps him alive. Zap comes through. Shun takes the kill.
Nice kill again, just locking down
Almost
Mickey.
got
They're
tower.
expertly chaining the
G2
CC, not
really
giving
wanna
him an
get some
opportunity.
towers
And now with
down.
Mickey dead,
They
the
really
Herald's
wanna
going to drop.
pop
Yagao
this mid
comes
tower.
mid, and BLG are just going to group 5 around this Herald to try to make sure that they do get a crash. If G2 overcommit, BLG may look for the go button here.
We'll see. A whole lot more. The Herald charge only did half the turret's
mid tower
health.
is still
It had
good
taken
for
pretty much no
still in
damage
favor
other than
of
that, and it's just
G2.
because Caps controlled the lane the entire early game.
Exactly. Again.
They strike him
Shit,
down.
I was just
Yagao's
gonna get a
the
gold
one to
lead
get the
in.
kill.
That's a big kill there.
Yag
The fact
just
that
sent and got
Yagao
killed,
lives as
unfortunately.
well. On and everyone piling. They're ready to fight. They know G2 is going to look for picks. They know Snap engages with the Nocturne, and they're saying, you know what, we're going to be ready for you. We're just going to group, and we're going to be there to battle you at every turn. But Caps pushing down bot
Yikes
side.
ahead, Caps ahead.
Has to be respectful
else is
and
pretty
knows
easy.
it. Been hesitant a little bit to actually show on that top wave, but with no one showing now bot, he knows he can just at least push this out because On is covering him in that top side river, and then he'll back it up.
All right, let's take another look at how this happened. They thought, oh, this was beforehand. Excuse me, never mind. This was the initial catch on Mickey.
Exactly.
I don't know
It's
what
just
Mickey's
all
doing
again
there.
about the CC chain. Look how well they did that. The Maokai ult into the Maokai knockup, into the ult, the charm there from the Recon, then the knockup from the Recon. There's just no way for him to move.
They just
and
went a
here
little
again,
bit too
Yagao
far
flashes
here.
over
They
the wall.
just
He has that
should've
favor as
stopped
proc
that.
though, but instantly everyone comes in. Double shield there.
I mean, he
on,
probably
the
doesn't know how many
knockup,
people
the
are there,
twisted
but like,
advance, the knockback,
even if you do die and get that
everything
kill,
there.
there's
They throw it all in the kitchen sink to protect Yagao, who has been the target of so much attention throughout this game.
Yagao jumping in now to the skies after Broken Blade, who goes for the Ragnarok. This is a big, big deal. Olaf without an ultimate in a team fight does not feel good to play.
And that hurts because he just pressed it a split second too late. He wanted the all-in, but he was too late on the click, which meant he got knocked back. They want to start building that up for themselves.
Zap through the wall, won't find a target. Mickey's at about 2/3
How long are Broken Blade's ult?
We've seen him survive a couple of
Not even
situations, a lot
half?
longer than he should
No,
have.
actually,
Lissandra ulti. Broken
it's coming,
Blade
it's coming.
still has a little bit of that cooldown left in the Ragnarok. G2
His
wants that
ultimate's
back
coming, his
before they
ultimate's coming.
fight, and I think BLG wants exactly the opposite.
Exactly, BLG so good at punishing missing cooldowns. They will force here, but Hans is pushing mid, so at the very least, G2 is going to get that tier 1 for free. BLG, though, might end up in a fight because Broken Blade about to have that ulti. Here he comes.
Okay,
Yikes, ready to jump in with a
paranoia
paranoia. Mickey goes in for the claw. He finds a lockdown onto 2. They want to burst him down, but they won't find him just yet. There goes for the kill.
Oh!
Caps,
Caps just pop blossomed everyone. Are we killing people here?
Broken Blade and Yike back over onto the dragon. This is going to be taken very low. It's claimed by Broken
Okay,
Blade. Their own soul point, but at what cost?
Nice, Broken Blade, nice.
Cuts down Bin. Elk
Can you
is
kill
melee rage
Bin?
against the Olaf. He flashes away, but he still puts the bullets through him. Caps.
Okay.
Can he find a
Bro, I need to see the replay on that Caps play
Holy
there.
cow, what a team fight.
They got
It's
mid-tower,
mayhem.
dragon,
The dragon
and
bit there, but
3 for
critically
3.
G2 get the dragon.
Okay.
They walk away
Boys,
with the
you're not
bigger
stomping, but
prize.
you're doing well.
Bin
And Caps, you get this
crushing
tower,
through
right?
in
You get
that
this tower?
team fight. Elk making magic happen for,
Okay,
for
let's see what
BLG
happens
as
here.
well. The engage
Broken
here
Blade's
from
on a
G2,
wall
they
that whole
pop
time,
the paranoia,
unfortunately.
And then it's Broken Blade who's supposed to be coming in on the
Nearsighted.
flank, but they spot him. They have the Maokai all down to try to disengage.
And then Caps comes
they all
in,
pile
Pop
in
Blossoms
on Yagao,
fucking
but then this
everyone.
ulti from Caps was
Holy.
massive.
Insta-kills Yagao, and then he just backs out, zoning off L.
Crushes through the G2 ADC, and this is where you start to think BLG could take this, but the dragon secured by Broken Blade of all people, so big for G2.
Yeah, good
because
stuff,
they
good
still
stuff, good
have
stuff, good stuff.
The opportunity
Felt
to
like they
grab Soul, and
shouldn't have
they
even
can
taken
take
that fight. I
Soul,
mean, they
who
got
is
the
so
tower, and then they
massive.
went and got the
BLG
fight
are now
with,
one
while
mistake,
being in vision
one
like the whole
pick,
time.
one missed smite
Broken
away
Blade was
from
in
that
vision on
mountain
his
soul
flank,
going
and
to
they
G2
still went 3
and
for
really
3
securing themselves
because of
a
Caps' play
massive
there. Like, that was
advantage.
good, that was good.
Game number 2 is delivering. The win probability
And they can just
still
wait.
in heavy,
They can just
heavy
wait
favor
for
of
these dragons
G2.
now.
Looks like it's
Elk
gonna
and
be
Bin
about,
are ahead, but like
75,
Caps is 2k up on
something in
Yagao.
that neighborhood.
Yeah, up around there.
That soul point
And Yike is up as
situation
well.
is so critical.
That's a
It
good-
makes
it's a
the
good
rest of the
position.
game. You no longer have the choice. You can't just say, all right, we'll sack this one. Nah, that's not really the option. We always
Yike
talk about Mountain Soul,
gets the
and it's not
smite
as
when
a
it matters the
defensive
most.
tool, being able to keep you
good.
alive a little bit longer. If you're trying to peel back, it's great for divers too. You throw yourself.
And now, this is not much defense here with that low tower.
Nope, Yagao tries to get something back, but honestly,
Hans and Caps get a tower
and
kill
game. 1
Yagao.
and 5 on the
They're
Jace.
really
He
putting
has
Yagao
been
down here.
completely shut down.
Absolutely shut down.
I've
here.
never
Caps
seen
and
the
Yike
80
early
carry roam
really
for a gank. That's
hurting it
crazy.
badly in that mid
Yeah,
lane,
push him
putting
away
him
from
so
that
far
Baron pit.
behind, and now
And defend this
it's a
tower,
roam
defend this
for
tower.
Mons,
Yes,
gets
yeah,
down
good
towards that
shit,
bot
good
lane,
shit.
ults in. The tower was no
Run,
defense,
run,
and you
run,
can
run,
see
run.
BLG now has very few options. They're looking to chase down Broken Blade, but they're going to lose the tier 2 bot here very likely as this next wave comes in. We'll see if Cap stays around for it. He will.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 2
Are we
towers
getting...
plus the kill going to
Okay,
G2
we
down
got the
this
tier
bot
2
side.
Caps.
The gold lead extends.
CLAPS
Caps is
showed
getting
up today,
richer
man.
and richer. Has 1,800 in pocket, already had the Horizon focus, so going for this
3K.
high damage build with the stopwatch in pocket.
3K.
He doesn't even need to go
Good
for
stuff.
Zonia's next. He can just keep building more and more damage and rely on that stopwatch, and then if he gets that
Yeah,
critical
Nikki
flank,
and
he
Elk
gets in onto
are
Yell.
like, I mean,
it
it's
could just be
basically
lights
even.
out for the BLG
Under
to
500 gold doesn't really matter.
Showing
Top,
up big
bot,
here in
or
this
even.
elimination
But
game
Yikes
for
a K
G2.
up, Caps
We're
is
talking
3K
about the
up, which is
greatest Western mid
crazy.
laner League of Legends has ever had.
Cap
We're
said,
talking about a
you
guy
know what, I'm
who
a just
had
carry
some
boy. This is
struggles
it.
at MSI.
I want to
personally
make
watching
finals.
his games and thinking this is not Caps in peak form. He's recovered since then. He's having a super strong
Apparently
showing
Caps
right
has a
now.
flu or
If
something.
he keeps playing the Nico like this, we're going to see a game 3.
And to me, that has always been the magic of
Alright, we're gonna
Caps.
get
This is
this,
the guy
off of
behind
it as well.
all of Europe's greatest international results. World Finals for Fnatic, Caps was there. MSI Championship, Caps was there. World Finals for G2,
Caps made
Caps
2018
was
finals
there.
for
This is
Fnatic.
the
beginning
guy
to see
2019
who has
finals
led the
for
way.
G2.
This is the guy
And that
who
was
was
the first
chain
one
winning
that I watched.
championships on Fnatic, then went to G2.
I'll tell you guys while we're talking about G2 here. When I started watching League was like start of 2019 when the meme went up. Oh, are we getting this? Nice. Nice.
More than enough. G2 have found
Now
the
take
enemy
the Baron.
jungler. Baron is on the map. G2, what are they going to do? They
Oh,
also
no, just
only
hold
have
the mid
20
lane.
seconds until
Hold
the
the mid
next
wave.
Mountain Drake
Get
spawn.
that soul.
If they
Get
just
the
want
soul,
to
get
take
the
that
soul,
one,
get
if
the
they don't
soul.
want to risk the Baron, they
Yeah,
can
don't worry about
guarantee
the
a
Baron.
soul in a 5v4.
Good shit,
Yeah,
boys,
they're going to
good
go for
shit.
the Dragon for sure. You know, this is going to be massive if they can get it. Caps potentially trying to set up a flank here as they know BLG are going to be forced into this play. It's the jungler dead. It's not like he can TP back and join in. BLG are going to have to buy so much time, and if they overcommit, Yagao is hunting, but Caps might just 100 to 0 him.
Oh, he missed the Q. Blooming Blows not connecting means there's no insta-burst there, but it's still G2
I
on
mean,
the
they don't have a
Soul.
smite.
Finn trying to step up and challenge these guys, but it ain't gonna happen. He has to run.
Get the soul, get the soul, get the soul, get the
BLG
soul.
in full retreat. On goes for a knockup on Broken Blade, but what's that gonna do? Not a whole lot of anything.
Nice. Mountain Soul.
For the LEC's #1 seed.
Now can we get a kill?
Broken Blade.
Broken Blade with the undertow. Mickey ready to charge forward.
Nice. Yikes, send it.
Ready to go again, and Yagao is about
We getting
to
kills here,
die.
boys?
Yike takes the kill. Shun tries to find Hansama as Elk wants to fire. But
Oh,
Caps
that was a
finds the
bad
blossom.
ulti, Caps.
Shun takes out Hans. Caps falls to the zap. A shutdown back over to Shun as now Yike is trying to
Oh,
chase
Yike.
over the
Oh, Yike
Third
almost
killing
got it.
spree for Elk. Could this be
That's
what
alright.
BLG
BB gets
needed?
out. BB gets
Elk
out.
just went crazy in that fight, anticipates the R flash from Caps, gets back, they get the bounty mid, they're gonna
alright,
get
we
the
got the
Baron
Mountain
as
Soul.
well.
They'll take the Baron, but we got the
BLG
Mountain
flipped this
Soul, that's
game
alright.
on its head. Elk absolutely takes over in the 5v5.
We have seen it before. We're seeing it again. Elk's team fighting saves the day for BLG.
okay.
It's a thing of
Well, while we're watching that replay, I will continue. So yeah, start of 2019, there was that meme where, to my understanding, Caps lost finals with Fnatic and he joined G2 to make a super team, which is why they got hyped up. But I just saw the meme of like a League of Legends team was playing a pro game and they opened up the notepad. I don't know if this was real or not, or if it was like edited and faked. Opened up a notepad on his computer and said, "What is going on mid-game?" Like he drew what is going on like Microsoft Paint or something. And I was like, what the hell is this team? So I started watching some of their games. You know, I went in and I looked who are the best teams, and I was like, G2 versus Fnatic, that's good games. And then I think it was like the little bunny thing, which I think was Misfits. Some of those were good games. I watched like the finals and stuff. And that was the first time I ever watched esports or league or anything related. And that was CLAPS. And then that year they got 3-0 in finals. But I watched that whole run all the way through, and I've watched them ever since. So context-wise, that is my history with G2. I haven't been a fan forever, and I'm Australian, but I just got interested in the team because of like a meme that went viral on Reddit or something, and never looked back.
Still well within your grasp. You can still win from here. Just wait out the Baron, play towards Elder, keep doing what you've been doing because it has been working throughout this game. But I will say, at this point,
I'm trying to like swipe to open the screen,
you have
and
to
it
just I'm not even saying it as a joke.
I know it's not a joke, but it just sounds fun.
It does, but it's like, you have to realize when the guy is no longer a threat, right? You can't full send everything at Yagao.
That gold graph is disgusting.
Because if you
but
do,
we have the
you're going
mountain
to have a
soul.
fight like you just saw.
Right.
Yeah, you look at Yagao's itemization. Third item just now completed in the Serpent's Fang.
And it's cheap items.
Yeah, he's just building whatever junk he can find that'll give some sort of usefulness.
Yep.
And that's where he's at. He's 1-6 Jace that's down 50 CS. He's not the carry. The Zeri with 320 farm is exactly what BL
2,000 gold ahead of where Hans
10-10,
is.
but we got Mountain Soul and we still have more towers.
He has the LDR completed.
We still got that bot lane
He could
tower.
be going GA next to
lane.
kind of answer this full-on dive. It could also be a BT angle and just sit onto this stopwatch. We'll see what it's going to be. Bin also very tanky. Look at how tanky he's going to be.
So
Spirit Visage, Sterix, Gore Drinker, Stopwatch, level 16 Renekton. If you try to fight through this guy, he's going to make you pay, and they're setting up here, trying to control vision on this bot side of the map to enable this push down through bot.
And even though the Serpent's Fang is a cheap item, you're up against Mountain Soul. You're up against Nico's shield on the...
Mountain Soul's good.
Well, used to have a shield on the ulti. You're up against Kai'Sa's shield on the ulti. You're up against the shields that Broken Blade gets for himself. It's not without value, but it's usually not what you see Jace build third. It's still going to be effective. The big thing here, Mr. Azael, is the Elder. All the Drakes thus far may have gone to G2, but none of that's going to matter here in about 2 minutes.
It's going to go to an Elder flip.
I hate this. Is when you make that one mistake in the late game costs you so much more, right? Because you can grab a Baron, because you can grab an Elder, because you can grab these buffs.
And
the Elder especially really feels like if you mess up there, it wipes away all of the good work you've done throughout the entire game. So G2 have got to button it up, have got to be on point here.
This next fight for this Elder is going to be completely psychotic. We have 1, 2, 3 stopwatches on the top side of the map for G2. Broken stopwatches for the bot side, so we'll see if the Kai'Sa can get that Guardian Angel up or not. It's Guardian Angel for the Zeri. It's stopwatch on the Renekton. There are so many tools available on both sides to make this fight chaotic.
And every flash is going to be available. They're just now coming up across the board, all 10 members. This is going to be a challenge of how well can you coordinate, how well can you communicate. Your entire year is on the line, the last hope of the LEC here. If you lose this fight at Elder, that could be it. That could be it done. But if they can take that fight, propel themselves forward in this series, we know that they are capable of getting these wins, but it is a monumental challenge standing before them. BLG, some of the masters of team fighting here.
BLG,
I wouldn't call BLG the master
and
of team
take
fighting.
control
That's JDG
over the G2 bot side jungle, get some vision, and guarantee that they have priority over the bottom side river. They've got the Scuttle Crab already secured. Mickey using the claw to get himself back, so they know they don't have to worry about that being used as an engage tool here for a couple of seconds.
CLAPS has been spotted on the bot wave. If G2 aren't careful, BLG could hard engage on them here. Look at On, he's finding an angle. On might go.
Battle Dance used, but no angle here just yet. CLAPS still hovering around the bottom part of the red side G2 jungle. Poke from Yagao, a little bit, not a whole lot.
I mean, just look at the vision control.
God,
it's all
BLG,
BLG wards, it feels like, in this whole area. G2 are trying to reclaim vision, but Mickey taking that poke as he tries to step forward. There's going to be saplings in every brush. It will make things very, very difficult. And you know that CLAPS is on the flank, but they've spotted him.
He's trying to go in. He gets knocked back by Yagao.
Oh my god.
Top of the stasis trying to stay alive, but now it's going to be Bin in the middle of everybody. Hans for the assassination on the BLG mid
Wait,
laner.
Bin's dead? It's been dead? It's been dead?
And fight. It's Mickey traded away 1-for-1 so far. Bin wants to slice and dice, but he can't get away just yet. Now he finally will.
It's been dead. It's been dead.
Trying to finish off the enemy top laner as BLG wants to regroup and peel the Olaf away. They can't kill him. He's so damn tanky. Elk with the ult. He's going to pop the Guardian Angel from the Nocturne as now he's refiring back onto the Olaf. He wants to kill him to
Oh my god.
He's going in.
Elk's going over the wall.
Elk's sending
He's
it.
trying to outfight it. Can he get the damage? Bin with the stun of the Hans. has to retreat. It's 2 dead on BLG. It's 2 dead on
Elk
G2.
dodged that.
What a fight, back and forth. All flashes spent, all 10 flashes down now. The Elder is still up though. Who can get back out on the map first? It's been with the longest respawn timer. G2 may have an angle to try to force this. Pings are coming down onto the Elder. I want to get out of the replay. I want to see what's happening.
Yeah,
but we're going to watch it one more time here as G2 go
Damn, good dive
Yagao. They
onto
spot him
Yagao.
on the side. But it is the bin in the middle of everyone. So tanky, buying so much time on the other side. Mickey gets first down. And then the stopwatch buys time for the cooldowns to come back up from bin. He gets back to his team. They kite it out. They're able to knock down Broken Blade eventually. We're back to live. We're back to Elder.
Everybody's ready to go. Broken Blade's not here. There's no TP on the Olaf. Bin's going to respawn here in about 3 seconds. The Elder's down to 4,000 HP. Could it be an Elder flip to end the game? Shun's locked down.
Okay. We got the Elder. We got the Elder.
CLAPS dies before he can get the ulti.
Shit.
Now they're going to put the damage into Hans. Bin's already killed off Yikes. Hans is going to die.
Oh, no.
But they may have lost the game.
BLG take over in the fight. Take over in the 5v5.
It's a bad fight. Broken Blade wasn't even
get
there.
the Elder, lose the fight.
It's alright, we got the Elder.
Will they lose the game here? They are not going to bear it. They think they have time to end. And BLG marching down mid. It's up to Broken Blade. It's up to Mickey. They have to buy time.
Tier 2 turret under pressure.
30 seconds
already
until it all
gone.
died.
Yagao reinforcing with the TP.
No, they know that they can't.
They're pulling back. Yeah, they don't want this. They recognize that
15 seconds on Yike. Can we fight the Baron? Can we fight the Baron?
Power to end here just yet. Those 15-second respawn timers won't be enough to stop the Baron.
You had to think when you saw the Elder
Trust
go
the
to
replay
G2,
goals.
they won the game. They have it. But the execution was not there on the
What are we doing with Broken Blade's not even in the fight?
As in comes disengage, they do get it.
I mean,
But
CLAPS
look
just
it on.
gets
Locks
100
up
to 0
CLAPS.
so
CLAPS
quickly.
just gets destroyed. The Pop Blossom doesn't even proc. And then they get
if
right
he had a
back
Pop
in
Blossom,
on
maybe they
Hans.
would have had
And
a
the big
fight.
difference is the TP from Bin.
Broken
It
Blade
was a
wasn't even there,
5v4. Broken Blade is
It was a
running
5v4,
from all the way out in Zimbabwe, trying to get back to this fight, and he can't get there in time. The fight's already over.
Absolutely. And the
Okay,
Elder,
we
I
have
think,
Mountain
is
Soul,
on
we have Elder for
Broken
50
Blade.
seconds.
So
They
it's
have
Broken Blade
Baron
and
for
Mickey
2 minutes
still.
though. That's
So
unfortunate.
G2 bot, neither team is willing to
It's
actually
just
split up.
all bot.
BLG knows if they go to the
bot
side
lane.
lanes, they're going to get jumped on by the Nocturne here, and they're going to have to be really respectful of that. CLAPS just dancing back and forth, always trying to threaten the engage here, popping out those clones, keeping BLG scared.
I mean, they're not getting
BLG
anything.
don't have the confidence to actually fully step forward. They're not really getting any chip damage at all down on the tower because they know they could get engaged on.
It's all about Elk.
Oh, okay. Elk's dead. Elk's in his GA. Is this a good fight? Is this a good fight? Oh, fuck. Elk got out.
G2 are collapsing. Ben gets the kill back over on the
Oh,
Mickey.
no.
As Broken Blade wants to protect CLAPS. Elk is unstoppable.
Oh, Broken Blade, Broken Blade, Broken Blade.
G2 have crumbled. The fight was
Oh,
long
Broken
and
Blade.
arduous, but BLG have triumphed. CLAPS gets a shutdown.
Okay, CLAPS,
and
okay,
maybe he
okay.
can save the game.
Let's see, it's CLAPS in a 1v3.
Is that enough? It's a 1v3 for like
But it is
30
looking
seconds.
so dire. They commit everything for Elk, but he had the GA. They took him down once. They couldn't get him twice. And now CLAPS, with no flash, has to hold on.
The way that Elk just skirted over that wall was
until Mickey's back, then
so
15
unlucky.
more for Hans.
It's not over.
It's not over yet. The carries are dead on BLG. It's not over yet. They may have triumphed in the fight, but the game goes on.
It's madness here as G2 makes a call. Full send it. They're going in here.
Look at this
CLAPS
play by
is winning
CLAPS.
with
He
this
gets
call
in.
time and time and
Bang,
time again.
everyone's in.
They get right in onto Elk.
Great.
But he saves
Dude, the fact that like
the
Yike and
Eve
Hans
after
can
the
him
GA
just
goes
full
right over the
send
wall,
it.
creates that space
is
from Yike.
that
Yike tries to
looks good.
flash in on the
But
top
yeah,
side to see if he
Yike-
can burst
Yike
him
can't
down,
finish
but
out.
it's not enough. Elk is there, On is there,
Yeah.
and Hans critically was bursted down so quickly
Alright.
after he went, and he doesn't have the GA. He
Alright,
doesn't
let's
have
go
that
live.
second
Let's go
look.
live. Let's go live.
And it's on 5 items and a
Everyone
stopwatch.
has full
GA is
builds
now
now,
completed
right?
as well for Bin.
Everyone's
and Broken
level
Blade
18
and
pretty much.
Yike. Double Zonias now as well. Mickey has a Zonias.
Mickey's
Hans has a
13.
Zonias.
Hans
The
is
Zonias almost back
17.
up for CLAPS. These fights are absolute insanity. Back and forth between these two teams. No one will give up. Both teams battling on valiantly.
Yo, Mickey has a
here.
good flank here.
Still with that soul advantage, and that's what's
Unless
keeping
they spot
in
him
the
out.
game. Mickey on a
Is he
deep
gonna
flank
stay for a
angle here.
minute?
If he gets spotted, he could be in trouble, so he has to be careful. He wants to try to go for the long con here, stay back in this brush, so they wouldn't expect him coming from behind when the Elder spawns, but this is always risky, because if that randomly gets checked, that could be game ending.
Okay, Mickey's gonna full commit. I like this. When we go for the elder fight, I like this. Don't recall, Mickey. Don't recall. Don't recall. Don't recall. Just wait. Yeah.
I think BLG are going to start getting suspicious. They haven't seen Mickey anywhere. You have to start thinking, where could he be? And they're trying to look potentially here for a pick on the CLAPS.
Oh, it's CLAPS.
Oh.
That's huge. Pop Blossom ain't going to get anything. He fires up another route to try to lock down Yagao. On goes in. Now they're turning it around.
Oh, Zeri's dead. Zeri's dead. Zeri's dead. Come on, kills Jun. Kills Jun. Kill Bin. Kill Bin. Kill Bin. Get Bin. Get Bin. Get Bin. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
The Guardian Angel's going to bring him back, but On and Yagao will not save him. G2
Get the elder.
just found themselves a fight and found themselves an elder.
Get the elder. Get the elder.
And it was all down
Okay,
to
they finished the
Mickey.
wave.
He stayed so long there in that
Yeah,
rush.
stop that
He
recall.
got the engage onto Elk.
Stop that
He
broad
put the
recall,
blast
bro.
on him. Hans can get in.
Get the elder.
That risky
How
play.
long? Bin's
He
out for
bets
50
it
seconds.
all,
Go
and he
get
comes
the Baron
up
as well.
big time.
Go get the Baron. Go get the Baron. Go get the Baron, boys. Come on. Come on, go get the Baron. No. Fuck, we don't need to see the replay.
Crowd here in Seoul erupting.
Yo, how the
G2
fuck did Mickey
chants.
get
They
here?
love the battle. They
Mickey
love
had the...
fight.
Look at Mickey's flank. He's coming from fucking Narnia.
Here.
And he gets Elk. Oh my god.
Right there is an engage from the LEC MVP.
Mickey!
And he
Bro, that was
sits
BLG
up,
diving
so
onto
risky staying
CLAPS
back
as
there for
well.
that long. He was
And they
on
won
flank
that fight
engage
because of
for
Mickey's
a
flank.
minute
Imagine if they
at
just gone for the
least.
elder fight and
And
Mickey
they
had
get
that
the
flank.
pick on
Holy
Elk with
shit.
no GA on him.
That would have
It
been
means so much,
crazy.
and now they get Elder.
That's...
Now they
Yes,
get
that's what I'm
Baron,
talking about.
and it is BLG
Get the Baron, get the
who are
Baron,
gonna
get the Baron.
be so hard
You have Elder for
pressed
2 minutes.
here
They can't
to
fight you.
hang on with this double super buff plus Soul. G2 need to close it out during this window. It does not get better for them ever from here.
This is it. You take the Baron.
You got 90
you
seconds,
recall
boys.
if you need to,
90
and
seconds.
then you
90
get
seconds.
your asses
90
to
seconds
the
for
enemy
quarters.
base. It's
90 seconds is...
time to
90
make
seconds,
the
come on.
play. It's time to end the game.
And they also have double
Push.
GA advantage.
Push every wave.
Massive for G2. Broken Blade
Double
and
GA
Yagao,
advantage,
neither of them
yeah,
lost
okay.
it. Elks is still not up.
We just going
Bin
through
just
top?
lost his. It's going to be a while before they have those
Interesting.
available. So GT need to push now. The wave clear on
Four-man
BLG
top, they
is
pinged CLAPS,
very
they know where
poor.
CLAPS
They're not
is.
going to be able to clear out these waves really easily. They're for sure going to lose the outers. They're for sure going to lose an inhibitor. They have to make the call. Do we try to fight into this? Do we just try to give it up and defend to the Nexus? How long can we hold on? Because they need to thin this wave as much as possible.
Nature's Grasp flies out. Yike blocks it with Spell Shield. TP coming in. They're going to kill on before anything else.
Okay.
Sama's on a rampage. And Broken Blade leads the charge.
Collapse! Collapse, collapse.
Will not stop it.
Bro!
G2.
No way, no way, no way.
Quadra kill.
No.
For
Is it a pentakill?
They're trying to go for
Hans
the
Summer,
penta,
can you
but
get the
it is
penta?
over. It is done. G2 have
Hans, get the
won.
penta.
Here comes Hans. He
Get the
wants
penta, get the penta.
Give it to him. He deserves it.
Get it, get it, get it, get it,
trying
get it.
to chase them. Yagao.
Get the penta, Yike. Get the penta, Hans. Come on.
The Nexus will fall.
Come on.
It's all theatrics
Get that
at
penta,
this
man.
point for the pentakill.
Nah, that's so
Hans
annoying.
won't get there. He's still trying to chase it. Yagao gets out, but the series goes on. Game three.
One more game. Okay. One more game. Let's not get too fast. One more game. I knew he'd be playing Euphoria, bro. How many people are watching this? 100,000. Let's go. Everybody put your hands together and pray. Euphoria time. Obviously, it's going to get flagged, so I'm going to mute that bit. Euphoria. Ah, come on, man. Come on.
Elk is going to be collapsed on.
Oh.
On's just going to run towards them. Elk
Are we getting
flashing
anything
immediately,
here?
but they turn it back instead. CLAPS is going to be stunned. He tries to get away.
Oh
It's
my
first
God.
blood over to On. The Braum gets the first one.
how many
and then
die?
Mickey's under pressure. Elk's looking to turn it right back
Oh
around
my
again, and
God,
BLG
the level
grabbing
one
a
is
second
ridiculous.
kill. G2 should at least be able to get Elk. They're going to grab Yagao as well. It's 2 for 2
Okay.
in 1.5 minutes.
That is insanity. 2 for
Okay.
2, but it was a 3v5 for BLG. So the fact that they got that
What
is
the
incredible. Because look at top lane. If we can
Okay.
pan up there, it's actually been
Wait,
that pulls
Yagao,
the wave,
Elk,
and
and
then
On all
it's a
use their
TP
flashes,
from Broken
and
Blade. So
Hans
he's
and
down
Mickey
TP.
slide their
Both
flashes,
mid laners
so
are
that's
down TP. Critically though, Broken Blade
beneficial.
got a kill, so he will have the advantage in that 1v1, and a kill win over to Hans, whereas first blood is on, not where you want it to be.
Oh
So G2
God, On
happier
got the
about
kill.
where
So
the
Yagao
gold
got one.
went. We have to see
He
though,
got
can
one
Bin make
and
something happen with
Hans
the
got
TP
one. Okay,
advantage?
that's good.
Wow, that was
upside. This is awkward.
Yagao stunned into the wall. Mickey coming up mid lane. The pressure from the Bard is huge as Shun is winning out in the 1v1, but it's not a 1v1 game. Yike flashing away, keeping himself alive. Shun steals the red, but now Broken Blade may just claim it. Ben's coming up trying to chase him, trying to stop him, but Mickey's gonna pop him. Mickey, the Bard.
Oh my God, Mickey, let's go.
To get it done as Ben goes
Can we
in
kill Ben
and
here
takes
too?
the red right back. This game is madness. The
Can we get him
Croc
out?
is
Can we get
waiting
him?
on
Can we get him?
cooldowns. He has to try to get away from this one. 4 seconds on the slice. Broken Blade and Yike will not hunt him down in time.
They can't keep chasing. They
Okay,
know the cooldowns will be.
Answer the roam from On, who just wants to allow Yagao to shove this wave up. Shun is here in top side. If they get
How
the
does
stun
Broken
from
Blade down a level
Renekton,
again?
the
Ben
flag
is just
combo is
shafting
guaranteed.
him in this lane.
Broken Blade doing a good job getting away for now. He uses the hop to try to get out, but they've still got the dive. Yike wanted to try to come up and cover, but BLG get the job done in time.
And now it's disaster. This is what I was talking about. If you can punish the missing TP, you lose so much more as Broken Blade than what you gain from that kill on the bottom side. Because he has no TP. Look at the CS disadvantage. He's going to walk back. The entire wave will be dead and pushing to his opponent. Bin will base now with likely 2,000 gold is what I'm going to estimate, but we'll see if Elk can get out.
Yeah, Elk's in some trouble. Sidestepping away from it. Nicely done. Plasma proc might still bring him down.
Nice.
And it's Mickey getting the kill.
Great sidestep.
Mickey's on 2 kills. My fucking supporter has 2 kills, bro. What the hell?
He's been everywhere, and they're able to get that kill. It's huge, because yes, Bin is ahead, but Elk got no kill in that skirmish in that level 1. Now is going to lose so much as well. And if you'd rather have someone be behind, you'd way rather have, I think, your Gnar be behind than your Ashe. So Han's going to be in a position to really have some work to do in this game. We'll see if he can get it done. As Yike just scrapping here, push back in, maybe a little bit early. Broken Blade was on the roam, so he wanted to go for it. And there's the flash forward, as well as the flash out. And Shun able to get the heal with that smite. If he doesn't get the smite, he's already dead, and this fight is just a complete disaster for Elk again, though. Elk gets slowed by the binding, flashes away so the Void Seeker can't hit him, fires the volleys back. It's Shun and On nearby at the Drake, looking to take that one. But now, Mickey and Yike and even CLAPS are all looking at this. The Drake's gonna reset. BLG are getting a little hypey for this one. Yagao's level 6 in the Orianna. Bin making a rotation down here with Renekton as well. Broken Blade has a TP as the Gnar to be able to join if he needs to. BLG still going after the Drake. G2 not willing to challenge. You can see Yike channeling the recall. They're not gonna go in for this one. BLG will take the objective. But again, look at the wave bot, right? There's no minions that are going to be collected down here. They're going to try to send Elk to mid because they know our Ashe is getting no farm. We need to get this guy some gold or Elk is going to be out of the game. You can see his buys are really, really rough. Bin is going to go back up towards topside to try to collect this wave. He's been very active on the map early, which has kind of afforded Broken Blade, both in game 2 and game 3, some time to catch back under 0.
Mickey rotating up, trying to help him, but the arrow misses. CLAPS with the nice sidestep.
G2 are coming.
Plays he has to make. G2 is ready to collapse. Broken Blade
get this Herald?
has the Gnar bar. On's only at half HP. The Herald still not killed off just yet. They want to go into the Gnar and try to kill him, but he transforms in time. Herald down to 800. It's going to be smited away. Big with a flash stun, but Mickey goes on a magical journey. CLAPS tries to escape. Yike barely staying alive here and now, but Ben gets a killing spree. Broken Blade back over the wall. BLG get the 1 kill. Ben still chasing after Broken Blade. Not quite gonna find him. The Herald picked up by On Strong.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to get the Herald and the kill there.
They're fighting
really
so
surprised Yagao. So it's a kill and a half thereabouts.
Broken Blade is a level up.
On is trying to roam to kind of match the movement from Mickey, but the difficulty is Mickey can get back to lane faster, and here's that strike breaker.
Elk is level 8.
It just gives you so much sticking power. Broken Blade is forced to flash.
2 levels up. How did that happen?
He flashes at the same moment that Ben
Dude,
presses the
Hanzo being 2 levels
so
up is
he gets the dominance as a trade.
Like, if Caps and Hanzo levels up, that's
reality for Broken Blade for quite a while.
It really is, and if Ben even wants to go more heavily towards it, you can even go Swifties and really run this guy down, and it becomes a nightmare because you have the slow resistance on the Q as well. Maybe he's going to feel that's building too much towards that 1v1, but Ben in a great spot. The TP comes back in. And they could be looking at dive. I'm looking at Jarvan. They're going to go for this dive potentially here. There's no flash on Broken Blade, but he is getting close to Mega. This would be risky.
It could be another punish. Shun is going to take the turret aggro for now. Drops the flag on top of him. They don't want to overcommit for it. Okay. Meanwhile, Twisted advantage here in the bottom lane. They want to bring in the Braum to try to save the Ashe. Mickey going to take the damage here at the start. The Braum dropping the ulti here on the turret, but the TP is coming in to reinforce for BLG. Hans, Yike, Mickey, all going on a magical journey straight to Blast Cove City. Get the hell out of town, boys. It's not looking good.
Yeah, good job on the disengage there. They're able to get out. They get the TP again off Bin, who's just been so active on the map. So again, it buys time for Broken Blade to push that out. And critically, CLAPS moved down and cut off Yagao, who was trying to make the roam down, because when G2 retreat up into the jungle, if Yagao collapses, it could be a disaster for G2. But CLAPS making a good move, pulls down, keeps Yagao away from that bot side.
CLAPS is
still pretty well handled by BLG.
That's pretty good.
In that attempt to dive, we'll meet another plate, likely going to CLAPS. And we have got ourselves a very even game. It's not even going to be 1,000 gold, the difference.
And we got 10 seconds until Drake #2 is on the table. Remember that BLG took the first one. G2 jockeying for position around it, thinking about contesting it, but ultimately decided not to. We'll see if they want to change that here for this one. You can see 3 players on the G2 side in this bottom side jungle.
Some big item completions coming through, though, on both sides. Goredrinker done for Shun. Yagao just based and got his loot in. So you can see Demonic done on the other side there for Yike, as well as the Storm Raider for Hans. But I feel like BLG are in a much stronger position right now, especially with Bin again moving. He's been so active on them.
This is back around him on the other side. Wanted to try to avoid the ulti if he could, but there's no way to do it. You talk about, oh my goodness, hold on now. Broken Blade looking for Elk, wants to stop him, but now On jumps in. Winner's bite, focus fire. Broken Blade is down. Elk gets himself a kill.
Broken Blade trying to go for the big play there. Wanted to scoop him into the tower and clear the wave at the same time, but critically there was one minion left, and now Bin. Flash is coming up. He has Dominus.
Everybody's trying to
here. We'll see if he wants to go for the play.
Goes for the slice, finds the stun. CLAPS, good job with the shifting sands to bumper through the CC and get himself away.
Exactly, very quick there from CLAPS. Great reaction from him, but they're looking again for Elk, who has no flash.
Glacial Fissure over the wall. A lot of damage here into Mickey. He saves himself for a moment. Hans looking to take down Elk. He's going to get him. And Mickey lives. Meanwhile, the dive coming out from Bin, but CLAPS.
Oh, nice CLAPS.
Massive moves coming out from G2 as Shun wants to go in and find that mid laner and finish what Bin started. The dunk goes through. It's good. And BLG finally gets something back here. Now they're going to take the tier 1 turret on the top side as well.
They're going to be able to get this tower, but G2 still staying so active on the map here. And Hans has been the benefactor of some of that action. Being able to, the beneficiary of some of that action, being able to get some of that.
That's the same word to me.
Was able to receive the rewards, let's say, as Mickey staying so active on this map. And here's the Broken Blade play. Again, he wants to clear out this entire wave. Doesn't quite get that last range. The tower doesn't go immediately on him. And then On is just right here.
I don't know if On wasn't there.
Gets the passive up on him. But again, Mickey so active on the map, makes the move down. The long magical journey here. In comes On. It's a great peel from Bin, though, to really make him work for it. I love the self ulti from Mickey, as he would have surely gone down there. They do proc the stun onto Hans, but it's one auto away from getting that kill onto Mickey. Mickey really riding that line. And then here's this dive up on the top side. Flash, stun, shockwave. But the flash out, the shifting sands, means that it had to be Shun coming in, had to be more committed.
Honestly, he should have kept running.
Was not wanting to mess around because they knew the Broken Blade could be coming, so he looks for the flash ulti. At the very least, G2 force out those additional cooldowns.
Yup, Bin's back up in the top side now. His TP almost ready to go. You know, in League of Legends, we joke around. We talk about top laners being on an island. Bin's an air top and move that weight to the team as CLAPS is going to be thrown back by the shockwave. Stun into the turret thanks to the Bard. Yagao is low. Stays alive with the Guardian.
Oh, damn, that Ashe arrow was really good.
From Elk from a long way
oh,
away.
no, they get two there.
Target. Yike, flashing out of the categories walls, dropping the nature's grasp to stop BLG's pursuit.
Nicely done. Going to be able to disengage there. But Yagao barely stays alive. Critical for him.
Hans is 2 levels
pushing
up.
on that top side. Not going to join. Bin TPs once more down towards
the
bot
biggest
side.
lead in the game.
Such a focus on being able to group. And G2 are playing a massive focus on side lanes. They want to push out. They want to hit towers. They want to scale. they want to play it that way. Spread the map and look for picks, and I think it's really intelligent when you are playing with the Bard. Bard doesn't want to just walk into 5v5 after 5v5. Bard wants people answering a side lane that you can then pick off. Chemtech, you're probably willing to just give it up.
Yeah, the fact that it's Chemtech solo is
unfortunately, it just buys time, and Mickey may just die for it.
Yeah, Mickey going on the magical journey, though, gets away. Initially, they were worried about chasing him, but I think now they realize, nah, let's get this dude. BLG! Shun is on a killing spree, and now they're going to continue pushing. They may have stopped the charge on the tier 1 turret, but the tier 2 falls. The tier 3 may be next. G2, where are you? What is going on here? Hans, Sama, and Yike cannot move forward and stop it. They're just not going to stick around any further. They don't care about the inhib this early. Tier 3 turret smashed. 18.5 minutes into the game. The base is now open.
Yeah, BLG are just going to group, and they're going to push. They're going to try to punish here. Broken Blade did get a tower on top side, and Caps will push down bot, so they will at least get 2 tier 1s for that. You can see the goal difference over time, powered by AWS, though.
They're going to get the Chem Dragon.
Of BLG. It's kind of up and to the right besides that little dip down now. And they are going to grab that 3rd dragon, but at the very least, it is the weakest soul. It does give you some hope that, hey,
BLG's
G2,
just running
if
it.
you lose the soul, it's not necessarily
like,
a descendants. And they're trying to get as much gold on these carries as they can. And then maybe you have that big moment where you can come back in a fight. You win a fight at the 4th dragon, you get that dragon, you deny soul, you take Baron, you're trying to look for that sort of thing.
The Elder. Let him have the Chemtech dragon if you absolutely have to, and then go for the Elder if you can get the money at that time.
Yeah, we'll see. Even though it is weak, it's still a soul though, right? So they have to really make that judgment, because it is definitely the weakest, but it's still thousands of gold worth of stats, right? And especially on some of these champions, like a Renekton, who is likely to throw themselves in the middle of a fight, get low, and then get value out of it. It makes you that much harder to deal with.
I mean, there's 3 mega objectives in the game. There's Baron, there's Elder Dragon, and there's Dragon Soul. Even if it's the weakest mega objective, the word mega is still in there.
The Null push, the fucking Azir wall, and the Maokai ultimate, they got a lot.
It's still pretty cool. So
they got a lot to like
are
freeze
liking the
Bin
game
or
state they're in right now. Again, about 3,500 gold lead. They've got the 3 Drakes. Elk is still trying to maintain some relevance here. He's almost got his 2nd item done with the Mythic. Kraken Slayer is completed, working towards that Trinity Force.
It's just
exactly, and this is actually a pretty.
It's so tough because I reckon they can win team fights, but it's such an uneven game state. They're behind in towers, dragons, gold, levels for some of them. So like, yeah, you know, it's like they have to fight this next dragon probably, and I don't know, they might get fucked at it. They might not be able to fight at that point. Like, yeah, BLG's in a really good spot. And Mickey's dead, yeah. That's top tier 2. Jesus Christ, man.
Game, and he's still making his presence known.
And G2 have to be careful because they didn't use Shockwave or Jarvan ult for that. They did not overcommit. They spent just the Braum and the Ashe ulti there. And there's the Shockwave!
Shockwave on Cap, he gets away with the shifting sands.
Nice.
Shun falling back as the Acathian Rain from Hans Sama scares him away a little bit. But hey, they got what they came for. They got the kill, they got the tier 2.
Okay.
But it was nice from Caps. He gets out and they get the flash off of Shun. So that is down, but the gold lead is building. About 5,000, well now exactly 5,000 gold there for BLG. They will reset, they're gonna buy up their items. And it's solo AP game for Yagao, and he's going fully flat pen, which I love when you're the solo threat AP. He's got the Shadow Flame, he's got the Sork Boots, he's got the Ludens. There are gonna be some Merc Treads because there's some decent CC, but that's not going to be that much, you know. When he gets towards a 3rd item,
I feel like BLG said, like, let's
just
just draft this composition that we're pretty happy with,
that point of the game
and just run at them.
Or Caps get caught,
like,
they are just
going
to die to the
style,
Shockwave
just
combo.
run at them.
Total damage dealt this game. It's Elk on top of the
scale.
charts, despite the way the early game looked. Still putting in that work.
Look at Mickey, though. Mickey 3rd highest damage in the game.
I mean, the man knows how to play some Bard.
Oh yeah, he's
been everywhere.
He's been everywhere. He's really making it happen. But we're seeing kind of both sides of the coin when you do play Bard. You can be such a playmaker, but you are still very vulnerable. Even when you go for the more tanky builds, he's got Mercs, he's got Locket.
Scaling,
but when he gets tagged by an Ashe arrow, you're kind of just dead.
He's got 80% kill participation. He's also got nearly 50% death participation. So
he's making stuff happen.
Yeah, Bard is definitely, you live by the Bard, you die by the Bard. Let's see, it's 22.5 minutes into the game. Baron is alive, but this has been Baron's been quite a contentious place this Worlds.
It really has. And so while G2 are still down in gold, 2 items are coming through. And this is generally when you go behind. You talk to pros, they'll tell you this. You want to fight around item completion. So sure, you're down gold, but it's 2 item completion, 2 item completion. BLG will not have their third items, very likely, before this soul point fight, right?
So you take that.
Exactly. So that means that is your time to fight, and that's what G2 were farming for. That's what G2 were pushing for. They're trying to get to their second item before their opponents get the third, because components are much less efficient than completed items. So this is when the gold lead is going to mean the least, basically. And I do think that G2 are going to fight for soul. If they elect not to, I would be surprised. But it's a really hard call to make, because if you fight at soul and you lose, they get soul, they get Baron, it's probably lights out.
The big difference I'm looking at right now is in top and jungle, because that's where you have the 2 fully completed items compared to not, and it's also where there's stopwatches. Look at these stopwatches on BLG. It is a clock shot. All 4 of the top players have them. Only Braum is missing one.
Shit, yeah, they got so many stopwatches.
They are getting them for everybody at this point, because they know this could be their year
Even if they get a good
this
pick
fight, you win this fight, and maybe the series is over. So G2 fighting for mid prio. I don't think they want to give it up. I think they are going to look for it, but it's going to be all down to the engage. Can you find the beautiful Bardol? Can you find the beautiful Ashall? Can you have that follow-up? So much pressure on these 10 players right here, right now.
Keep your eyes on Elk. Keep your eyes on Mickey. Those long-range engages. They can catch people off guard. Also looking at CLAPS, 0-3 and 0 right now on the Azir. We have praised this guy. We have praised how many times he has been a part of the biggest victories that Europe has had on the international stages.
Dragon now active, and G2 clearly was trying to threaten, hey, we could start topside. We could go towards that Baron. We could do this. But now they're going to send down Shun and Yagao and get this Dragon. And G2 are no longer in position to actually fight for it. They've moved up towards the top side. They've based on Yike and Broken Blade. So they're saying, you know what? We don't have the angle. We can't fight here.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. It's the difference in those completed items. It's Yike and Broken Blade, the ones that have to go back, because they're the ones that didn't have the completions. Now Elk, mistiming there on the binding from Mickey afterwards. It's not like it would have stunned him anyway, but it doesn't connect at all. So that's Bard ulti down. Cap and I shuffle back, but now it's going to be a Cataclysm on the 2. Hans forced to flash away as the Twisted Advance tries to stop BLG from going forward. Instead, it's going to be a flash from Ben. Ruthless Predator to stun up the enemy jungler. Focus Fire comes through. One more hit, and Yike is down. G2 falling back towards the mid lane, but remember, there's not even a tier 3 turret to protect them. BLG has control of the Rift, control over the jungle, control over the Baron pit.
Yeah, that's the critical thing. They get the kill there. They force the flash of Hans, off CLAPS, off Yike, but they chase down Yike. They focus him down, and they get that kill. And G2 now, hearts in their mouths. No, this game is falling away from them. They're down 5K. They've lost the soul.
They're not even going to fight for
angle for Baron Seal. This would be heroic if they could do it.
No, not quite. I respect the attempt. You got to go for something there. But that's about all you could go for. BLG, that's what the lead for BLG looks like. G2, they gotta try to defend here. Remember, that inhibitor's already exposed. This happened at 18.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and you look at the waves. Top is pushing, bot is pushing, mid is open. This is a potential play for a triple inhib here, but Yike is maybe looking for an angle, trying to see, hey, can we find something? Broken Blade has the Megan already, so if they don't go now, they're not gonna go. And that's gonna mean you're giving up a second inhibitor. So G2 now faced with that call. Do you make a move here, or do you just seed this bot lane tier 2, potentially even seed this tier 3 bot as well?
Yeah, the tier 2, I don't think there's any way they're going to try to defend that tier 2. It's so risky. And BLG backing away from the wall as they see the Ornn transformed into Mega, not giving them the opportunity to try to make that play. Broken Blade transformed back into Mininar. Ash ulti hits Hans Sama, forces out the cleanse. Tier 3 turret here in the bottom lane, almost killed already. Elk and the cannon minions putting in the work. Inhibitor under fire.
And that's the thing, Broken Blade had his Meganar on cooldown, so if you weren't going to fight there, you couldn't fight for the bot lane inhibitor. He's trying to charge it up now, but look at the top wave as well. This has just been beautifully set up. They have that wave already ready, so now you can just go around the horn, straight up to top side. G2 haven't been able to clear that up, and now it's Baron buff by BLG. They're TPing in here with a third item completed for Yagao. BLG going for the throats, and G2, if you don't go now, you're giving them triple inhib because Broken Blade's going to not have Mega again.
On's at about half HP, but the rest of BLG are standing tall right now. CLAPS trying to clear out these waves. Shockwave whiffs.
That's big. Not going to be able to catch CLAPS there. He's been so good on these shifts back to dodge out on some of these skill shots, but this is the problem. They're not finding the angle to fight, and it means you're giving up everything. That's triple inhib. Now the Bard ulti comes. They gotta go.
They gotta go now. Nature's Grasp coming out. Seeing if they might be able to lock him down. But no. Han Sama is already dead. Caps hit by the arrow. Shun's ready to jump in and try to take this guy down. He goes golden.
So many stopwatches
should die here. Yagao is in a killing spree. BLG are gonna win it right now. Mickey goes on a magical journey back to his own nexus, back to his own fountain, and that
man, GT never should have ended up in this situation.
The last vestige of the LEC is.
GT should have never been in this situation. They should have beaten NRG. If they played like they did today, yesterday, they would have beaten NRG. Yeah, man. That's unfortunate. First time I've ever watched Worlds that G2 or a European representative hasn't made it. This was like this was like the last year that I was planning to watch G2 as well. Like they've had so many disappointing splits and stuff. Like when they lost to Mad Lions, but really at the start of the year, like after last finals and stuff, when they started the year and they brought in this rookie and they, you know, kept Broken Blade and put together this new roster, I was like, it's a good roster. And when they dominated the first split, I was like, you know what? You got Caps, you got Mickey, you brought back Hans, you brought in Yike the rookie. Like maybe they'll keep the roster and just run it for a second year and get better next year. But look, this was like the last year that I was planning to like fully invest and watch, because I've watched for so many years and I was hoping this would be the year that they would make a deep run again to finals. But you know, that's rough. I mean, that is a crazy game. I don't even know how to analyze that post game. Like they just ran at them. That level, the fact that they had the vision on that level 1 and it was still like a 2-for-2 is crazy. Like imagine if that had been a 2-0 for G2, they had gotten a kill or two there. The whole game would have been different, but BLG just fucking kept running at them and G2 tried to keep up with the pace, and yeah, they just couldn't do it. They just fell further and further behind and they couldn't slow the game down. It's unfortunate, man. Bin's just too good, man. Bin's just too good. It is what it is. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch the draw show as well. So you know, stay tuned for that. I'll post that after this. I'll probably post that first, actually. You've probably already seen the draw show, but yeah, man. That's the end of the G2 journey here. Sad, man. So, what teams have made it through to knockouts? So we got Gen.G, JDG, LNG, T1, NRG, KT, BLG, and Weibo. Okay, and this is the first year ever that all 4 Chinese teams made it through. 3 LCK teams made it through, and only 1 other team, which was North America. Okay, it's LPL. It's Asia Games Gauntlet. Yeah, well, I'm gonna watch the draw show, which I think they're gonna get to now. But yeah.